Hi, chat. Hello, hello. I feel like I have to burp. I ate really fast, and I'm like, damn, that wasn't a great idea. But hi, it is good to see all of you. I hope you're doing so well. There we go. Sorry. Chris, welcome in. Wait, no. First crew. Chris, Liker, Esther, Fien, and Magda. Congratulations. Let me know if the volume is good. I feel like some of them might be a bit soft, but I also don't want to make them too loud. So let me know how it is. If I need to, I can like make it a bit louder. Also, Rayleigh, I see you. I perceive you in the beginning of stream.
Oh my god, Thomas, what?
I'm like blown away. I'm so proud of you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Also thank you for everyone who was here early. Let me say hello to all of you. You guys are remixing again. That's two at the same time. That was two at the same time. Honestly, Singularity and Chris, your sound alerts go together quite well. But I feel like the one from Chris was louder, so Singularity, if you want to try yours again, feel free to do so. But it actually worked very well as a remix. Like, that kind of was a 20 out of 10 remix. Because you also timed it perfectly. And they're about the same length. So, let me know if that one is loud enough, because I feel like yours is already a sound that, like, goes under the radar a bit easily. So let me know if it needs to be a bit louder. I feel like the one from Chris is good, and the one from Firecute's also good, but let me know. I'm more than happy to up the volume, but I wasn't sure. Sometimes it's really hard because I can't test it with like my voice and the music and then a sound alert, you know? Um, but let me say hello to everyone. Esther, welcome in. Fiend, welcome in. Chris, welcome in. Nymphliora, welcome in. Thomas, welcome in. Magda, welcome in. Carmoon, welcome in. Singularity, welcome in. Liker, welcome in. Sharon, welcome in. Joa, welcome in. Maryhone, welcome in. Noisy, welcome in. Sophie, welcome in. Jane, welcome in. Rayleigh, welcome in. Amy, thanks for cheering me on and welcome in. Joe, welcome in. Vin, welcome in. Naomi, welcome in. Naomi, also thanks for cheering me on. Julia, welcome in. Teacup, welcome in. Lizzie, welcome in. Steph, welcome in. Fire Cutes, welcome in. Desi, welcome in. Pastel, welcome in. Joe, welcome in. Butterfly, welcome in. Cabuson, welcome in. And thanks for cheering me on. Especially welcome in. Burb, welcome in. So welcome in. It's good for me. Any louder and it could get annoying. Okay, perfect. As long as it's good for you. That's the most important. If there's ever a point where you feel like, hey, I'm using it and I feel like it's blending too much with other things, always feel free to let me know. Feel like I haven't caught a stream in ages. It is really good to see you. I hope you've been well. I hope you're doing amazing. And I hope you haven't been catching a stream because of fun things, because you're up to, exciting things in your life. But yeah, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Also, I saw some people asking if I had a nice break. I did. I like what time? I think around 2 or something. I said that I was gonna raid out. Like right before we started the next FOMO. Also, Nymphliora, welcome in. It's good to see you. And I wrapped up some work. I quickly texted with spoofs about tomorrow, and then I think around 3, I was like, okay, I normally don't nap. I haven't napped in 3 years. I was like, there's no way that I'm keeping my eyes open. I was so tired. I could feel it in everything. I had like an annoying headache that was about to start. I was at this point where I'm like, I'm hungry, but I know that I'm not. Like I don't actually need food. I just had lunch, but I was at that point where my body was like, you need to eat because you're so tired. It's like, okay, I'm just going to take a quick nap. And I ended up like just laying down around 3, and then I put an alarm at 4:30, but I eventually got out of bed at 5. Um I was so comfortable. Like Seuss was so happy. Like literally she was so happy that I was napping because she was like, "Oh my god, I get to cuddle with my human in daytime," because Seuss always sleeps next to me. So she curled up next to me, started purring really loud, and then I just had a really amazing like 2-hour nap. I woke up still like feeling like tonight I need to go to bed on time, and I'm very happy that on Sunday I have a day just to chill and like not do anything, but I'm happy I took that break. I think I would have crashed if I hadn't. So now I'm feeling like much better. I'll just go to bed on time tonight. Um Struggle bus a bit, but finally starting to get assessed for let's go. I'm so excited that that's starting, but I'm sorry to hear that you're riding the struggle bus. That's not a fun bus to be on. So let's hope you can get off soon. Also, oh my goodness, Amanda, thank you so much for the 4 months. 4 months. Hold up. Thank you so much. Please send your all your subby perks for a whole month more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I just saw the message from Streamlabs. If you're hanging out here, we do have a little giveaway going on. I know that it's for a pack that quite some people already have. Like I know Cats and Dogs has been out for quite a long time, but I also know that lots of people only started playing The Sims quite recently because the game became free. So if you're hanging out here and you're interested in potentially winning a copy of The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, um, I'll be giving away one today. So all you have to do is type exclamation point cowplant in chat to enter. And then towards the end, um, oh, yes, feel free to close it, Chris. Yes, of course. I was gonna close it, but you can also close it. But
That's over 2 years what?
what the heck? That is over 2 years. Holy shit. That's such a long time. That's wild. Thank you so much for the 26-month resub. And also for the freaking 6 months in advance. That is wild. Thank you so, so, so much. I appreciate that a ton. Also, thank you for those follows just now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for entering the giveaway. I see a couple of you entering. I will draw the winner towards the end of the stream. And if you win, I will send you a message here on Twitch. So make sure that your DMs on Twitch are open. Hi, Mimbim. If you never specifically closed your DMs, they should be open for everyone, so you should be good. And the only thing is that you have to be a follower of the stream. If you're not following, you cannot win. Other than that, you don't have to do anything. Just wait. If you win, I'll send you a message. If you don't win, then there's gonna be a next time probably with giveaways. um, can't wait to work with you on the shell challenge. Gonna finish yours today. Let's go, let's go. But yes, of course, enjoy your look. And also Sradu, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. Oh, but I'm glad I took a break. It was definitely needed. I also saw Esther say that it's good that the IRL tomorrow doesn't start too early. That is very true. I'm very excited. I do have to go to the what is it called? Piercing shop in the morning to get my piercing fixed because I don't know if you guys remember, but on Monday my piercing fell out. And I haven't had the time to actually visit the piercing shop. I was planning to do that on Monday, but then they turned out to be closed on Mondays. So I need to go tomorrow, and considering that we're gonna be in the city center anyways, and my piercer is in the city center, but I'm really hoping that it didn't close because it's like my forward helix over here. I'm really, really, really hoping that it didn't close already and that they have to pierce it again because that would be such a waste of money. That would literally like cost me 35 bucks to get a piercing I already have. So I'm really hoping that it's still open. I do have my piercing with the little pendant that is on it. So I'll have to be in the city still quite early. Spoof and I are meeting up at 11:30, so I can also help her with like some final things for the IRL setup if needed. And then we already talked about our itinerary. We're probably gonna start with like the cube houses because we're meeting up really close to them. And then we'll probably go to the market hall for some lunch and like, try some things out. And then from there, we're basically just going to walk around in the city. I already have some ideas of things that I want to show her. And I also have some ideas of places that we didn't visit the last time. So, for instance, we didn't really go to the Koopgoot. I showed it a little bit, but we didn't really walk through. Hi, Senor. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Um, and I was thinking we could maybe go to the bookshop, to Donner, which is my favorite bookshop in town. And I know that Spoofs also likes books. So I was thinking maybe we can visit that. Um, and yeah, those were kind of the ideas of like some things that we have in mind, but we're mostly just gonna stroll. I'm gonna show her the city center.
Look at that
We'll
fluffy
probably go to
unicorn.
Museum Park,
He's
which
so
is something we
fluffy
haven't
and
visited before.
yummy. He's so fluffy.
Hi, Riri. It's good to see you. Since she has to travel, Utrecht. I think she's quite open about that. I think she shares it as well. So she lives in Utrecht or in province Utrecht. I actually don't know where exactly she lives. But she will travel to Rotterdam. Fun for her. There's no trains the whole weekend. Literally, there's like no trains. So she was like, "Oh, so I'll have to figure out how I get to Rotterdam." um. Also, Super Murlocked, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing so well. Would it be fun for my save file to put actual pictures? Oh my god, yes. That is amazing. That would be such a cute detail for a save file. If I were to download a save file and it had like pictures and stuff, that would make it feel so alive. Um, I need some distraction from being angry at my unreliable parents. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sending you all the hugs and I'll do my best to provide a good distraction today. Thank you for hanging out. Um, why is that no trains? I don't know. I think they're doing some maintenance. That would be my guess. Um, but it's the like 5 millionth time in what feels like maybe 1 or 2 years that they're closing the station, like the entire station. Because I remember last year at TwitchCon, this was actually an issue. Because last year at TwitchCon, if people were arriving early, they wouldn't be able to make it from Amsterdam to Rotterdam because there were no trains between Schiphol and Rotterdam, just nothing. So I don't know. It's like every single year there's something. I'm happy it's not the weekend of TwitchCon though. I'm pretty happy it's this week and not next week. Because that would have been so shit for people traveling here. Hi yo, it's good to see you. And Margot, welcome in. It's good to see you. And Nana Doko, welcome in. It's good to see you. And Jenny, welcome in. And thank you so much for cheering me on. I see some cheering on in the in my event feed. Also, Peace, hi, welcome in. Peace, did you see they're making a show that is called Peacekeeper? I don't remember if it was Prime or HBO, but I got an ad somewhere and the show is literally called Peacekeeper, and I immediately had to think of you. Also, Fast Noah Senator, thank you so much for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Um, I haven't been able to get my crazy pill prescription renewed, so I haven't had any meds for 3 days, and now I won't have them for the weekend. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's very rough. Especially if you're like used to taking the meds. It like also some meds have like, build up and when you want to come off the meds. So it's like really annoying if you get forced into a position of not taking them. Um I first thought you were speaking about hype trains. Oh, there's no hype trains this weekend. Chat, no hype trains. um, there's a Peacemaker superhero show, and one of the Brazilian Ism artists says Maker instead of Keeper. Love that. I mean, is that where your other account name comes from? Also, speaking of meds, by the way, I got a I got a call. I think it was was it yesterday? No, I think it was Wednesday. I got a call on Wednesday that I have a spot at the psychiatrist. So I think from the top of my head, hold on, let me check. I think it's right after TwitchCon. Yeah, right after TwitchCon on the Wednesday. I have an intake, which means that I think from what I know, they just do like an intake and then check if your diagnosis is valid and then they can sign you up for like your first trial.
Who's with me in testing whether there are no hype trains this weekend?
Riri! You're like, Rotterdam station is closed. Are you sure about that? Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. It's the maintenance for train safety something. So it's okay. So that's the thing. Usually when they have something where they close the whole station for like, I get it. The reason is very valid. But I feel like because if you live in Randstad, it's such a congested area that at this point there's always something up with the trains. I haven't been able to travel for a whole year without running into some issue. Addy Basties, fun fact, you cannot get Adderall in the Netherlands. It's illegal. Anything with amphetamine in it is not legal. So we have Ritalin and Concerta, and those are our only two options for ADHD. But there are a couple of like less common options, but no amphetamine. Yo, thank you so much for the 100 bits.
QQ bishes.
Then I will not brag about it. I'm so sorry. I hope they work. It's actually not just the Netherlands. It's the entirety of Europe. It won't work either, Jane. Entirety of Europe, amphetamine is banned. It's not like completely impossible to get it. There are some very big exceptions where you can actually get it. Oh, Seeker, that's it. Sorry, it wasn't Maker. That's true.
All aboard.
Chris, thank you so much for the 100 biddies and starting the hype train. I appreciate it. Well, apparently the trains are still going to Rotterdam. Um, but I need to double check then. I'm in Germany and Ireland this summer. Yeah, so the thing is you can take your medication, but you won't be able to get any new ones. And if you take your medication, make sure that you have your prescription printed on you so that if you have it and they say, hey, you have, drugs that you're not supposed to have here, you can be like, no, but it's prescribed by this and this doctor in the US, and that's why I have it. Um, so it's like, because there's a whole thing. I would check the website of the countries that you're traveling to, but I know for at least for the Netherlands, um, the illness are chronic, but the style is iconic. That I
The
need that on the
illnesses are
t-shirt.
chronic, but the style is iconic.
I need that on a t-shirt, pastel. Thanks for the 50 biddies. That's gold. That is gold. Um, Not that, the trains. I was like, I think I cannot get these meds in in Germany either, but good point. I am in fact aware of how bad German trains are. They are terrible. I'm sorry.
Steam locomotive emoji, railway car emoji, railway car emoji, railway car emoji. What do you mean no trains?
Also, that looks so good in chat. Can we have a moment of how well that connects? What the heck? Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Also, Anna, hi, it is good to see you. I was co-working in the morning, but I stopped my co-working at 2 p.m. because I was so tired. I went for a nap.
I'll take a window seat, please.
Window seat assigned. Enjoy the view. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies as well. I'm Burbigan. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. What the heck? Are you guys doing a bits train? I'm taking German trains to TwitchCon. Send help. I would at least take some buffer time. I feel a lot better now. Yeah, I was just so tired. I went to sleep a bit late last night. We were watching White Lotus and we were a bit too invested. And then all of a sudden it was 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Hi, Peanut. Welcome. Wait, I always say Tori. I just said your username because I read your command. Also, my Luthia, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I did have a really good nap. It was nice. Buffer time, get a day earlier. That would be a lot of buffer time, but it might help. But yeah, I would say plan an extra 2 or 3 hours. The thing is, if you arrive a day early, you should be good anyways. What episode are you on? We have 2 more episodes in season 1. Fun fact is we actually started accidentally because this is what HBO does. If you've never watched the show, they will just load up the newest season. So I literally watched the first episode of season 3. And then I was like, something is not right here. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of missing some background. Um, and then we actually realized we were watching season 3, episode 1. So then we went back and we watched, the actual season 1, episode 1. Realized that that starts with just as much context. So it's not like we were actually missing anything because every season is its own story. So in the end, it actually didn't really spoil anything. But we watched the entire first episode of season 3. And then I watched season 1. And we have 2 more episodes to go. I think we'll watch them either tomorrow or Sunday. Um, I love season 1. I want to watch it again without knowing anything. I'm so curious. Like, I'm having such a good time watching this whole story unfold. It is so unhinged in all the right ways. Um, Not clocking it halfway through is such a me thing. No, but honestly, this show is like, because every season is its own story, there's like overlap a little bit, but I don't know, it's like you can actually watch it without clocking it. We could have watched the entire 3rd season and not realize it, I think. What show? White Lotus. Um, it is lovely to watch rich people be crazy. Yep. But for anyone, if you haven't watched White Lotus yet, I know I've only watched like most of season 1, but it is so good. I'm having such a good time. And season 3, like obviously like I said, I've only watched the first episode, but the start of season 3 is already gold. So I'm very excited. You don't like it? Do you know why? Like is it like because the genre doesn't suit you? Is it because the characters don't entice you? That's also not to judge, by the way. I'm just always genuinely interested when people don't like something. Um, that same thing happened to me. Could not figure out why I came back later and manually selected season 1. It felt like, right? Also, Nicole, welcome in. Isn't it so weird that HBO just automatically goes to the newest season? Like, do that for a show I've actually watched, but an existing show, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if I've never watched it, why would you drop me in season 3? Don't like anything about the show, not the characters, not how they act, not the music. Okay, fair enough. It is definitely a very specific genre. So I feel like if, exactly like you're saying, if you already don't like things like the music and, the way that the show is set up, then it makes sense that you don't like any of the other things. What show? White Lotus. Also, Koki, hi, it's good to see you. Thanks for cheering me on. And Ari, welcome in. It's good to see you as well. Um, Also, I see Tori entering the giveaway. Just another heads up for anyone. We have a giveaway going on for The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. If you want to participate, feel free to type !cowplant and I will draw the winner at the end of stream. Haven't heard of it. It's how to explain it? I think they themselves, the creators, call it satire about the life of hotel staff and hotel guests. But I feel like it's a lot more than that. Um Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. In a way, do we have giveaway? Yeah, yeah. We had it last week as well. We have or last week, Wednesday, right? I think. Because I adjusted the command today. Yeah, it's like more like resorts. So it's kind of like you're watching like different stories from different characters. Esther, wasn't it already pinned? I pinned the message. Didn't you see it? Because for me, all this time, it was pinned above chat already. Can we say it somewhere else is HBO? No, because it's an HBO show. And HBO is actually really good at protecting their intellectual property. I mean, you could probably watch it pirated somewhere, but um, other than that, it's not like it's available. It won't be available on Netflix or Prime or anything. Do you already know what season is your fave? Well, I've only watched season 1, not entirely, and only watched the first episode of season 3 by accident, so I can't really say which one is my favorite. They showed it on TV here, White Lotus. Oh, that's nice, I guess. HBO is infuriating to get in Ireland. Really? Why? They don't offer it? That's annoying. Yes, of course, Chris. Yes. Go ahead. Mary and George, never heard of it. That didn't work, did it, Chris? I'm confused. Why did that not work? Can you try again? Because it worked earlier. Oh, House. I love House. House is amazing. That's definitely one of those shows that I will rewatch every now and then. Although I must say, with House, I liked like the first 4 or 5 seasons. But then there comes a point where I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is I don't know. At one point he loses sort of the character charm. Dr. House, yeah, yeah. I feel like at one point what makes him really good is the fact that even though he has a lot of issues, he's an amazing doctor. And at one point, they focus so much on the issues that they kind of forget to focus on the part that he's an amazing doctor. And I feel like with that, they took away a piece of the show that doesn't, I don't know, with that, it feels empty. Um, True, the ending is good. The thing is I've watched it multiple times, like, the entire show, but I always have that same sort of point where I'm like, "Okay, I have to really sit for this and, like, kind of push myself through it to get to the part where I like it again." Does that make sense? Um, yeah, it changes more to his personal life and his addiction, which I feel like I understand, but at the same time, I feel like it kinda takes away from the show a little bit. Um, it was featured in an episode, really? Love that. That's actually kinda cool that they, actually feature things like, obviously, as a noob watching the show, I'll just take anything and I'll be like, "Ah, sure, must be real," but I have no idea. But it's kind of cool that they're actually using things that are real. Um, Also, I love that that got auto-modded, by the way. Don't know why. Um, they mentioned the disease I had as a kid in one episode, and you got so excited, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. See, but that's what I mean, like, to me, I would probably hear that on an episode, and I'd be like, "That surely that cannot be a real thing." So it's kinda cool that they actually use things that are real. Um, it's also gonna be so, funny if I do get diagnosed with lupus. That's the thing in house, everything is like, "Is it lupus?" Every single time. That's the only reason I know what lupus is because of Doctor House. Um, the support groups for patients and family rave about it constantly, even years after. No, but it's valid because, like, it makes you feel seen in a way. It makes so much sense. I remember finding out there's, like, certain characters, um, like, when I was reading Fourth Wing, and Violet is she clearly has EDS. They don't name it by name in the books, but it's very obvious. Um, and also knowing that, Gaten Matarazzo, the actor who plays in Stranger Things, also has EDS. Like, in a weird way, it's nice to see yourself or parts of yourself or things that you recognize, like, represented in mainstream media. Because 'Cause you'll be like, "Oh my god, I have that too! I feel seen." Oh, The Mentalist. I don't think I've ever watched it. I've heard of it, though. I know the guy, like, I know the picture. Um, it's never lupus. And then the one episode where it's finally lupus, yep. Um, maybe a little bit relatable, that's okay. That is okay. Are mentioned as possible causes in all but 5-ish House episodes, really? That's crazy, because there's a lot of House episodes. Um, the true unrealistic medical stuff about House MD is that all those rare diseases and diagnoses and symptoms all end up in the same hospital. Yeah. Yeah, I like, it's not fully realistic. That is absolutely true. You've seen it 7 times? Holy moly, that's a lot. That is a lot. Mhm. I've also, what was that show again? Lie to Me. I loved Lie to Me. That was such a good show. But honestly, there are so many good shows out there. And sometimes I completely forget about a show, and then someone will mention it, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, yes. Memory unlocked. I used to watch that. That's amazing." Also, Fridge Bitch, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Very good actor, yes. Oh, Castle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard about Castle. I haven't watched it either. Lied to Me was my favorite. It was so good. It was so intriguing. Um, Watched it with your parents for years. I kinda wanna rewatch it. I don't know if there's a place I can rewatch it. Um, oh, I've heard about Psych. I watched it with my friend once, but I never really got into it, to be honest. Also, we have an ad starting in a couple of seconds. While the ads are running, I will open up my game, and then we're gonna get into some building. Also, Zori, welcome in, and Molly, welcome in. What is it about? So, Lie to Me is about a guy who is specialized in micro expressions. So, like facial expressions. And he works with a crime scene team that does like tough interrogations on crime scene cases that are hard to crack. And he will like read their expressions. So he will immediately know when someone is lying to him. That's basically the idea. Oh, ads are done. Huh? For some reason, in my brain, the ads were about to start, but they are done. Lol. You actually bought that whole show on Prime Video just so you can rewatch it anytime. Love the cast so much. They run fundraisers to produce movies for after. Really? Oh, that's actually really cute. I love it when cast members genuinely like a show. That says so much about the writers and the characters and like the chemistry a cast has if they want to continue making it. Um Psych, House, ER, NCIS were shows you always used to watch with your parents. I love that we all have that sort of memory of, oh, this is what I used to watch when I was growing up, you know? Um, I remember as a kid, I always really wanted to watch CSI with my parents. My parents would watch CSI every, I believe it was Monday evening. It only aired, I think, once a week. Um, and I really wanted to watch it, but I was too young. Like, it was way too violent for me. Um, and I would always sneak, like, so in the old house where I grew up, there would be like a living room, and then right next to it would be my parents' bedroom, and right next to it would be my bedroom. So I would sneak from my bedroom into my parents' bedroom so that I could lay right next to the wall because like their headboard, like the where their pillow was from the bed, on the other side of that wall was the TV. So like I would go sleep in my parents' bed so I could listen to the TV and I could listen to CSI because didn't wanna miss it, but I wasn't allowed to watch it. And then at one point, they realized I was doing that, and they were like, "Okay, fine. If you're gonna watch it anyway, so you might as well." And then I remember getting nightmares because it was, of course, way too scary, because I was, like, actually pretty young. I think I was, like, 7 or 8, and I really wanted to watch CSI because there were some kids in my class that were watching it, and they would always talk about it. And then I would get so jealous that they would get to watch CSI and I didn't. So yeah. And then eventually my mom started watching Dexter. And I remember that she watched Dexter and at one point she kind of stopped. And then I was like, oh, but I want to continue. And then I started, downloading weekly Dexter episodes. And there was a point where I was watching Vampire Diaries, Dexter, Glee, and I think another show. And every week I would go on BitTorrent and download all of the episodes illegally because there was no place to watch it at the time. Like things like Netflix didn't exist. So I wouldn't be able to watch it if I didn't pirate download it, basically. Um Never got into Glee. I don't think I could get into Glee now. But as a 15-year-old, it was golden. Say yes to the dress, yes. I also used to watch Welcome to My Crib and Teen Mom and My 600-Pound Life and 16 wait, what is it called? My Sweet 16 and I TLC. Oh my god, I ate that up for like 3 years straight every day after school. There was a time where both my sisters were still in primary school, but I was in high school. So I would have a different schedule to everyone else. Like my parents would um go to work, my sisters would go to school, but then I would start like really late or I would come home early and I would have the house to myself for a couple of hours. I would eat up TLC. Like I watched that shit. Oh, Toddlers and Tiaras. Yep. It's fucked up, but I watched it. All on YouTube. I know it's very dangerous. I am a total reality TV junkie, but never the mean-spirited ones. No, I feel like there's a big difference. Sometimes I also didn't like it. I was highly invested in Catfish though. Even though that 9 out of 10 times ended in people getting their heart broken, I was I was there for the thrill of the search, you know? Um, let's go, Mayor of Canada. That is a lot of steps. Um I wanted to be on Toddlers and Tiaras so bad as a kid. I love that. Do you also I used to watch Who is the Mole, um, but I didn't used to watch Traders, no. I used to watch Who's the Mole with my parents, yeah. It's a Dutch show, by the way, for anyone wondering, if you've never heard of it. It's now an American show too, though. Hi, Abu. You still watch Who's the Mole? I I've heard it's gotten better. They have a new producer and it's gotten better again. But there was a while where I couldn't watch it because I don't know, I really didn't like it. I did have a good rest. I have a nap. It was amazing. Um, oh, you know what I also used to love? Also, I cannot deal with this song. Sorry, we have to skip it. Um, oh, what was it called again? Extreme couponing. Yes, it was started in Belgium. True. Yeah, correct. Extreme couponing blew my mind. I loved that show. I don't think if it's still going, but I wish that was a thing here in the Netherlands. But you can't do that. You cannot stack discount. So if you had a coupon, you wouldn't be able to stack another coupon on top of it. So watching that was like really foreign to me. Yeah, exactly. It would never happen in the Netherlands. So that show to me was, for so many reasons, really intriguing. They would go crazy with like, I've seen episodes where so I think the first couple of seasons of Extreme Couponing, it was mostly people that would get, like, huge discounts. But then eventually, this concept of extreme couponing kind of caught on, and I remember watching episodes where people would make it their goal to get paid for groceries. So, like, they would coupon until a point where they would leave the shop with like $1,000 worth of groceries and that the cashier would have to pay them $100 in the end. Storage Wars. Oh, that was good as well. Oh my god, I actually watched a really vast amount of reality TV. I never realized that I liked this so much until we're now talking about it, and I am realizing that I actually watched so much of this. Also, Aquarius, welcome in, and Felipe, welcome in, and Love Ghost, welcome in, and Molly, welcome in. It's good to see all of you. I wish more people knew that a lot of couponers donate a lot of what they get to charities and neighbors. It's unfortunate that they don't show that in the show, to be honest. Um, But for anyone who hasn't seen what I've been building, this is my shell challenge. If you're interested, you can type exclamation point shell. The tours will be next week, Monday and Wednesday. And this is what I am making with it myself. And we've already done a great deal of decoration, actually. So I'll show you a little bit. If you come in, we have a really nice big hallway with a half bathroom and a laundry space off of it. Then we have the main living room, which is also very cozy and very cluttered. Then we have the dining area with a bar and a little pantry. Then over here, we have our kitchen, which is a huge kitchen. So I tried to still make it super cozy. Something that I need to do today is decorate the outdoor garden. Then over here, we have a little hallway with the stairs that go upstairs. We have some, like a little play tent for the kids. And then sorry, we have a nursery and a kids room. This shell challenge has a little additional challenge where one of the rooms has to be blue, purple, and white because of the ambassador badge. Also, Miss Crystal, welcome in. It's very nice to meet you. I hope you're doing so well. And this is that room. They have a shared Jack and Jill bathroom. And then if you go upstairs, you will arrive at this big landing, which also has like some additional space for reading. Then there is a shared bathroom up here, which is for basically, I think, this bedroom and maybe sometimes also just guests and stuff. This is the bedroom of, I think this is going to be a teenager room. That's it. That is my guess. What was that house makeover one? Extreme home makeover? Oh, I remember that one. Yeah. Was it called Extreme Home Makeover? I think I watched that too. Um to learn that the aftermath problems of that show. Wait, what aftermath problems? I don't think I know this. This is the main bedroom. This is the parents' bedroom in this house. So they also have a nice little seating area, and this is like their little makeup area and stuff. They have their own bathroom, which is one of the few more modern rooms in the house. It's clear that they've like already decorated a little bit. Um, Your family was actually approached by house hunters, which is how I learned that the whole thing is fake, and the people already have one of the houses when they really crazy. The families were usually too poor to pay the taxes and bills for the house. Oh, that really sucks. That really, really sucks. The master bedroom also has its own little private balcony where they can have a nice little picnic. And then the thing that we still need to decorate is I need to work on the teenager bedroom. We have an attic, which can we could also make a little guest space in the attic, like a guest bed. And then this can be the teenager room. And I also want to have some skill building in here. And then we have the backyard and the small business. The small business is going to be a wood workshop. And I might actually want to start with that today. And I was thinking, considering it's a wood workshop, maybe I'll just use the same wallpaper on the outside as well as on the inside. I think that might actually be kind of nice. And then I want to get some lights in here so that we can see something. We were going to be on House Hunters International when we moved to France after we had already got an apartment. What? That is actually kind of crazy. In the Netherlands is also fake. My elementary teacher was in it. They moved to Germany in the show. They indeed already had a house when the crazy. Like, I mean, I kind of get it because how else are you gonna make a show like that actually work? Like, go try and find people that want to move and then go through the whole process of finding a house, which can sometimes take super long, and then try to film the whole process. Like, that would be so intense to do. So I get that it's fake, but it sucks that it's fake. Like, does that make any sense? Like, I hate it, but I understand it at the same time. Okay, let's actually get a door in the back here so that they can also enter the wood workshop from their backyard. I think that would make sense. And then we're going to have to decorate this space to work as a small business. So I might actually go into the pack things and just see what we have from this expansion pack to work with. And I also wanted to use the new guard or garage kit, so I think I'll focus on that too. Um, but we're gonna need something to display the things that our Sims wants to sell. So I think I'll do like a big display case here in the back. So that if your Sims is doing woodworking, they can like put the stuff that they've made on here so that they can sell it. The episode with the German teacher was hilarious because one of the reasons they bought a house in the show was the great stove in the kitchen. Even though in the same episode they also mentioned that you can move the that you can move those with you in Germany, so they might not get the stove. Imagine that you buy a whole house based on the stove and then you don't get it. It's actually very common in the Netherlands as well. Unless you have a built-in kitchen, but it's actually, especially in rental homes, it's super common to not have a built-in kitchen ready to go. Okay, I know that this is partially for tattooing and pottery, so I don't think this will make the most sense, but some of these items I feel like would still really work in a wood workshop because they just look like tools that you can work with. Also in like dyeing your I don't know, your statues and stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's also a Dutch thing. I think so. My first house that I lived in with my parents, they had to put the stove themselves because it wasn't built in. Then when my parents moved to the house that I lived in the longest time, also they had to bring their own stove. They then bought a house with a built-in kitchen, so there was a stove in there already, but they had to replace it because it was super old. They are now moving to a new house where they also have to put it in themselves. I got my first rental home. I had to get my own stove. And with this rental home, the stove was included because it was built in. But if we ever leave, then we will have to leave the stove. And if we get to a house where there's no stove, we'll have to buy one again. In Germany, to get rid of the whole kitchen. Wait, what? Why? Not having kitchen appliances in a rental is crazy to me as an American. Oh, it's not just the stove. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. If there's anything, there will be a stove, but it's even more normal that you need to bring your own fridge, your own microwave, your own oven, stuff like that. Um, so when I was moving out for the first time, I got a house. The things that were in my house when I moved there was kitchen cabinets and a sink, and there was a shower and a toilet. Nothing else. I had to buy my own washer. I had to buy my own stove and oven. I had to buy my own microwave. I had to buy my own fridge. I didn't buy a dryer because in the Netherlands it's very normal to air dry your clothes. So I still don't have a dryer. I air dry all of my laundry. Um so I don't have a dryer, but some people do buy a dryer, especially if you have young children, then it becomes really convenient to have one. But I don't know. It's like for me, it's so normal that you have to buy all of that when you move out. But many apartments, very normal that you would need to buy an IKEA kitchen or a secondhand one. Really? Although, so the thing is, this is the thing here with floors. If you, the apartment that I got didn't even have a floor. I had to put in my own floor. And if I wanted to, I could have taken it out. And sometimes the landlord will even tell you to take out your floor, even if it's perfectly fine. And if it's like made for the apartment, they'll be like, take out your floor. Like, it will have the cement or, like, the concrete, but you will have to put, like, carpet or a wooden floor or something else. And, like, in some rentals in your contract, it will literally tell you, like, you have to restore the house unto it like, to its original state, which if you start renting it without a floor, you need to give it back without a floor. So in this house, when we moved here, we had to get a floor. We had to paint everything and we had to get a floor. Which means that always when you get a rental home, also purchasing, like buying a home, same story, but I feel like with rental homes, it's easier, you move out quicker, so you will do it more often. Um and the fun thing is, oh yeah, the floor has requirements because of the noise, so you have to buy a specific floor or specific layers underneath your floor to make sure that it's soundproof. I took over all the flooring from your previous renter. Yeah, yeah. So, like, ironically, bought homes come with more. Sometimes it depends. If you buy a newly built home, it usually doesn't. But yeah, it's very normal here that you would have to get your own floorboards. Also, Kay, welcome in. I hope you're doing super well. I saw that you redeemed a pronoun check. My pronouns are she, her. For anyone hanging out here, if you want to put your preferred pronouns and nickname in chat, feel free to do so. We also use the pronoun extension. I think, did we post it in chat earlier? We haven't posted it in chat. Hold on. But yeah, if you ever come to the Netherlands and you want to rent a home here, don't be surprised if the previous renter took their floor and you have to put a new one in. I'm sure it's a weird history reason that we have the floor thing. Probably. I actually don't know where it comes from. There is a giveaway, Lena. There is a giveaway. No, no, no. There is a giveaway going on. We have a giveaway for cats and dogs for today's stream. It's also pinned above chat. Um, Then you get to keep the tableware. True. True. Actually, a lot of people were asking my parents if they were going to sell their house to one of us. And my parents were like, nope. And then they were like, would you be interested? And I was like, nope. I would not want to buy my parents' house where they're currently living. It needs so much work. I fully understand why they are moving out. Um, but it was very interesting. Like my parents got that question multiple times. Oh, true. Some homes are like Costco, which means almost nothing at all. Then you'll have walls and cement floors, and that's it. I own an IKEA kitchen. I can modularize, so I only have to buy the top thingy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. Your kitchen loses value in Germany really fast. Fair enough. You're all good, Lena. You're all good. You wanted to leave, but you pressed enter. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's why we work together as a team. So we can make sure that together we get it right in the end, you know? Okay, so I want to have that woodworking table. I'm actually thinking maybe it would be more beneficial if that door is over here. Um, because then I can actually use this entire space. That is purely decorative, but it is cute. Um, hold on. That is cute. Um, all our powers combined, we might have one brain cell. Exactly. Which honestly is more than I have some days. So I'm happy that together we have one brain cell, you know? Okay, we'll just have some colors sitting over here. I think that's pretty cute. I was just about to say this pack comes with a sink as well, right? We're definitely gonna need that. So I would like the ability to also teach classes in here, which means that I probably need a bunch of woodworking tables, but that feels like it's really full. Mm, I want to make sure that it doesn't get too full, you know? The kit is so cute. I know. I'm still kind of like surprised with how nice this kit is. Like it comes with so many amazing items. Um Okay, I will probably move the sink somewhere else eventually, but I don't know where yet. I don't know where yet. You forgot to buy dessert? A desert, yeah. I mean, buying a desert at the store is already impressive on its own. Um, I would like to have the whiteboard thingy, but I feel like then I might run into some challenges with the space in here. Obsessed with the appliances. These ones are so nice. I probably won't use them in here because they'll immediately look like you still need to restore them, which is not the thing that I want. Like, that's not the vibe that I want for this build, but I love them. They're so good. Okay, I'm just gonna get some of these, like, storage boxes. Also, hi, Mark. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. So that one needs to be like this. So then I guess we could have this, like, next to it. Or maybe in the middle. That could be fun. Hold on. We could have two of those. Your Sims can walk around it anyways. And then it looks like both of the tables have, like, their own little tool cart. I think that's cute. I'll definitely get this stuff underneath it. So it looks like someone has actually been working here. I know we have the tool shelves, which I will get as well. Although maybe those should just go up there. That makes a little bit more sense, maybe. That could go up there. And then I need to get the whiteboard. I think the whiteboard, that's the one that comes with the, um, businesses and hobbies pack. I think that might be super useful. Maybe we can get that one over here so I can still add something because I think if I add the whiteboard, that should fit over there. Because then your sim can actually teach woodworking classes, which I think will be, if you're like, if I'm looking at this, the business aspect of things, I think it will actually make the most money for your sim if they will teach the classes. I don't think when it comes down to woodworking that you will make a lot of money um selling your homemade items. Like I think that's going to be more of a secondary part to this build or to this business would be actually selling things. I think the more important part would be teaching classes or making things yourself to get up your skill. Mm, I don't know where I would place that. I do feel like it would be cool to have that sort of exposed in here, though. There we go. I needed to get the businesses and hobbies pack so that I can actually get the whiteboard that comes with it. We could, if we wanted to, have a table outside, though, like a sales table. I think that could be cool. Then we can also sell things outside. That's actually kind of cute. Um, those are shelves, not stacked stairs. You mean this? No, those are shelves. Yeah. You thought it. Wait. Now I'm curious. You thought it was stacked stairs? Um, sharing is scary. Hobby board. There we go. We can have this one. That clipping now? No, it's not. Perfect. The brown ones on the wall. Oh, these ones. Yeah, yeah. If you put stuff on here, they will automatically be for sale. Um, but it kind of does look like stacked stairs. Uh, also, hi, Morg. Welcome in. Good luck. Good luck. I hope that your focus mode comes back. Um, this is not an exit. Let's put it over there. And then we can have the opposite version. Oh, it's only the closed one. Open for business wall sign. Okay. But you said something about the bike parts. We can definitely get that. Also, we need a ticket booth for sure. Because if your Sims are going to come here and work on things, you're going to need the ticket booth from the new pack. You need that space to walk. That's unfortunate. Although I think your Sims can technically still walk around this like this. I'm trying to figure out if I can make like a little bit of a separation so that when you come in, it almost feels like there's like a separate hallway for your Sims to enter the business. That doesn't work. That makes it too small. Okay. And then we can have the ticket booth in that corner. It changes when you open the business. Good point. Okay, so then I don't want that one. Because I was like, oh, that's not an exit. But, you know, your Sims start abusing it as an exit. That's not what we want. Okay, let's scoot everything over a little bit so that we still have enough space for your Sims to walk around it. Also, Jellybean, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. Where is the ticket booth? Mm. Hello? Ticket booth, ticket booth. Where are you? Am I blind? Feels like it. I will get the mirror, though, to put above the sink. I don't know if that's the mirror I want to use, but that will at least help me remember that I need to get it. Oh, there we go. It was there all along. Look, then we can put the ticket booth over here. So then when Sims come in, they will check in over here and then go into the... Actually, I think it might look nicer if I put it like this. Then it's kind of like hidden. We can get a doormat as well. Think that might be cute. Mm, there we go. Okay, that one can be then over there. Uh, also, Kikarella, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. That's not entirely correct, those lyrics. I hope you're doing well. It's good to meet you. Also, kind request to keep the chat in English, simply because not everyone here speaks Dutch. Okay, let's get that like this. And then I think the plant over there is super cute. Also, Madison and Labette, welcome in. I hope both of you are doing well. And then maybe we can get a plant in that corner because that corner right now looks super awkward. Mm, let's see which one would fit there. Mm. Oh, yeah, it is a famous song, which doesn't have my name in it, actually. It's lyrics from a song that I actually used to hear for years, years and years and years when I was growing up. It's not a good song. Um, I know you're not the only person who gets reminded of that song. Like I said, I used to hear it for years, every single day. And like I have this with the song from Toto as well. A lot of people start singing that, but that's actually a really good song. This song is not really good, in my opinion. um, but yeah, I know that a lot of people think of that song. Let's see. I would like to get some spots. I did think of it in your first few weeks. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. The name is very similar. For a long time, the thing is, at this point, a lot of people will think of the song. For a long time, it was like people would genuinely think my name was Rosanna, which it isn't. I always have to be like, that's not my name. I did have some good resties. Yes, I'm very happy that I took some rest. It was very needed. Um, let's actually put 2 of these here. So it feels like the shelves are like very nicely lit up. And then we have the lights above the workspace. Then we have a light for the entrance. And then maybe I can get another light on the whiteboard. Um Oh no, Rosanna is my username. Rosanna isn't my username. The last letter is different. But Rosanna is actually my name. It's just that that song actually doesn't have my name in it. Like the actual lyrics are Rosanne, which might seem like a minor difference, but to me it's a big difference because Rosanne is a very common name and Rosanna is very unique. Hee okay, I want to quickly check what this looks like on the inside with all the lights because I feel like I've added a ridiculous amount of lights. And how people should keep their fingers off her. I mean, honestly, that's a better song. This song, um, if you listen to the actual lyrics, they are literally singing, um, like, I know there's a lot of men. Let me think. I don't even know the lyrics. I wiped it out of my brain. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Rosanna, I know there's a lot of men every time another one, and it hurts me because your love with which you sometimes make me happy, I would rather have forever and always. So it's basically about a girl who continuously dates other men or is cheating, maybe. I don't know. No, you're all good. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm now intrigued. Like, it's funny to tell people about these things, right? Because all Dutchies will know this song, but everyone who's not from the Netherlands has no idea what we're talking about. I hope you're doing well, though. Okay, I think we should color the ceiling because right now the ceiling is kind of throwing off the vibe. Um, and I think I'll just make the ceiling the same color as the actual floor. Um, but never mind. That does make the space feel smaller. Okay, I definitely want to get a different mirror because that mirror doesn't fit the vibe. But I feel like it does make it feel like a shed, which is exactly what this space is supposed to feel like, right? Um, it's supposed to feel like a little wood workshop that is just at someone's house. So I think that actually works. But I'll get something like another mirror. Um, fair if not approved by the mods. I don't know. I don't want to offend everyone. Okay, let's get that in here. And then I think we should get another plant over here. Um, just to spice up the place a bit. To be honest, I want to try something. Hold on. Can I go like this? Okay, that glitches a little bit, but not enough, so I will actually use that. You know what I also just realized? There's no windows in this place. Maybe I should fix that too. Because I think that might actually help. Um, I don't mind that we have stuff in front of the windows, but at least have a little bit of natural light. I like that that window's sort of blocked with the plants. Okay, that window is fully blocked with something. That is not ideal. Can I have that over here? Then I'll have that one over here. How does that look on the outside? That looks fine, I guess. We have 3 windows there. We have a window there and a window there. It looks so big in stream, but when I built it in my game, it was so small. You mean this space? I am getting a lot better in squishing a lot of things into one space in The Sims, though. It's something that I was not good at before, but you get better at it with time, I think. Um, I almost feel bad adding a third one, but I think for the lighting, it might be the best. But then I don't know if that looks good, so let's go. Let's go inside again. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like the windows. I think the windows definitely add a little bit. It makes it feel more like an actual realistic indoor space. And I do like the sort of separation. So you'll come in, obviously that line you don't see it in gameplay because that's just for the whiteboard. But then your Sims can check in. Maybe we should add a coat rack here. I think that would be a nice detail so Sims can like hang their coat. And then they can come in, they will grab their wood, grab maybe some of the supplies they need. And then we have like the teacher's book, we have the whiteboard, and then we have just like a bunch of supplies and then everyone can just go to their woodworking table and they have their own little personal little setup that they can use with all the tools. And then, there's just like some exposed wires and stuff. And then over here, oh, I put these the wrong way. I just realized this. We just have a display where, also, I don't know if any one of you has ever done like a pottery course, but if you do a pottery course, what usually happens is you'll have to leave your things because they have to still bake them and glaze them and stuff. What they'll do is they'll actually put it on shelves like this. So maybe they just have everyone's project sitting on the shelf. Maybe they're not even selling things. Maybe this is purely a workshop to teach classes. I can see that happen as well. And then there's just a little space where they can quickly wash their hands and stuff. You know what I just realized? The only thing we don't have here right now is a public toilet. There's no bathroom in here, which could get annoying because I've had this before where Sims will like just pee. So maybe we should add a public restroom or something off of the side. Because I think it might get really annoying if we don't. Um, I'll just add these 2 over here. And then maybe we can get the umbrella stand as well. Mm, there we go. Also, hi, Micah. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've been working really hard on it. Ew, yo, that with all like the sawdust must be so gross. That's not good. Big yikes. We can add, I mean, this is, I think the problem is these are all just really big buildings. So that doesn't fit on the lot. So that doesn't work. We're not allowed to add anything to it because it's a shell challenge. So then I feel like we're going to have to sacrifice some space in the back here. I'm going to sacrifice some of the shelves and just make a toilet in the back because we're going to need it anyways. Like there is simply no way where we don't have a toilet in here. Because then Sims will, in fact, pee. Pee bush in the corner. Welcome to the wood workshop. I hope you have the bestest of time here. Do you have to pee? Too bad for you. Please use one of our bushes. I would feel so bad for the Sims visiting this lot. Like you're doing this like super nice wood workshop or like woodworking workshop. That's difficult to say. And then you just, I don't know, you have to go pee in a bush. No, we can have a bathroom over here. Then we just have a little bit less display space, but to be honest, I don't mind that too much. I think that's completely okay. I am still struggling if I want to have this here then because that is kind of I feel like that's too close to the light, but I don't really know where else to add it. Apart from right in the entryway, which would make sense to have that in your entryway, not gonna lie. Um they can make an outhouse of their first project. Lol. Welcome to the wood workshop. Today we'll be learning how to build your own toilet. Okay, I will use some stone in the bathroom instead of like I want to keep it natural, but wood in your bathroom also doesn't feel right. Oh, that's no, hold on. I didn't mean to put it as a ceiling. I meant to put it on the floor. And then let's get a simple bathroom setup, right? So we can just have a normal toilet and a sink. If we have a sink there, maybe we don't need a sink over here. Because right now I do feel like that door is super cramped. Like I'd much rather have this like this. Just so that we have a little bit more space. And then we can add, hold on, we can add another, no, doormat. Oh my god, can I stop copying the actual floor? Doormat. There we go. And then we can just have a sink in here, which I honestly think would make a lot of sense. Did you plan the shell tours for Monday? Would you mean as in like, is that the day we're gonna do shell tours? Or did I plan specific shell tours? Yes, of course, Nazaram. I'll be doing it again tomorrow. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Tomorrow we will go to the city center. I'm very excited for that. Let's get that. Yes, Monday and Wednesday is the day we're doing shell tours. Yes, yes. So both days. And then it kind of depends on which day you're here because I'm going to use channel point redemptions for it. So what will basically happen is when you come into stream, you can redeem a Tour My Shell for 1 point and then leave your ID, like your EA ID, so I can find you on the gallery. And then from there, I will just look for your build. It's first come, first serve. And by the end on Monday, I will reset the queue so that people that come in on Wednesday have a fair chance. If there's too many shells to tour and I don't get to yours on Monday, you can re-redeem it on Wednesday. But unfortunately, sometimes there is like the chance of me not getting to all of them because upfront, I don't know how many people will be participating. So I always do my best to make sure that there is that I tour as many as possible, but yeah, be there or be square or be quick. That's also an option. I need my toilet plant in this corner. Very important. Okay, that's a simple but like functional bathroom. We still have quite some space to display things. And I think that makes for a really nice and cozy workshop. Like that's exactly kind of what I envisioned of it. And this will be super useful for your Sims if they're doing business. Um, so I'll probably be here but late. You can always redeem it when you get into stream. And then um you know, there is a chance that I might have worked through a really big part of the queue of that stream already, and then you can just redeem it. But you can also join on Wednesday if that works for you. Um, and I always do my best to also still look at the shells after, but then I just don't tour it, or I don't like make a video about it or anything. But I do like to see the people that work on the shell challenge. So I will take screenshots of the queue so that I can still find the things even if I don't get to tour them. I have stupid work in the evening from 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. Oh no. Um Okay, so I think this part is done. So that means we're going to continue. Maybe let's do the backyard because then the everything on the ground floor is basically done. Oh wait, I had these painting tins that I also wanted to add in here. Let's add those over here so we have some extra paint stuff. Or I could add that. Hold on. That could actually be perfect for underneath there on the shelf. Yes, nice. Okay, I like it. Um, I think I want to keep this mostly natural, so like not too much stone or anything because we already have like the overgrown part over here and then we have like the stone path over here. But I was thinking to make it look a little bit more like a purposeful garden. I could use the terrain paint and basically get like the flowers, the flowery grass. Then it still looks a little bit more intentional, if that makes any sense. Although then the question is, do I want to use this one or this one? Maybe that one. And then hold on. What if I use this one and put it to really soft? And kind of go over it here and there so that some parts have like the yellow flower instead of the white flower. That creates a bit of shading as well. And then it just doesn't feel, I don't know, so consistent. I think that makes for like a nice shading. Right now it looks a bit weird, but I think if we'll add furniture on top of it, it will be fine. I definitely think we need some more landscaping in here though, because right now it looks very bare bones. And I'm tempted because this is right the part of the garden where they sit, right? Like, so this is probably the more manicured part of the garden. So I'm just thinking maybe I'll just add like some bushes around. Uh, right until the door, something like that. And then we need some lights. I just realized this. In the back over here. Yeah, I think that's pretty cute. Can I then... No, that doesn't work. Okay. So we'll just keep it like this. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. Let me save quickly. We already have... sorry. We have the bin over here. So I think I mostly want to focus on just like a nice area to sit. And a grill. I could put the grill up here. And then maybe we can have that sink that I have from the other pack that I just used inside. I think that would honestly fit really nicely. This one. I get it in a different color. Also, hi, Raven. Welcome in. It's good to see you. And thank you so much, Ollie, for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Trying to figure out how I can lay this out. My nose is so itchy. Think it's the cats again. Um, I hate that that clips with the... Also, that's not the right color. Maybe I should go for this one. Mm, I don't know. I'm just trying to go for like a little bit of like the built-in look, if that makes any sense. There we go. Oh, thank you for the reminder. In 5 minutes, we're gonna have some ads. So then I'll take a quick break. I've been thinking if I want to get myself some like a snack. I think we might have ice cream downstairs. Hmm. The question is, do I want to get myself some ice cream? I think the ice cream that we have is the Lyuk one. So that's like lemon ice cream, and then the stick in the ice cream is actually licorice, which means that it's definitely not for everyone because I also know a lot of people who would really not enjoy that. I would like it. I really like that type of ice cream. Um okay, I would like to have some of the sauces, but I always forget where they are. Um you don't like that one, Thomas? Yeah, I know it is definitely a specific... Beereneijsjes. Oh, those are good as well. But yeah, it's definitely a specific flavor. It's definitely not something that everyone likes. Also, Lumi, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. I am trying to find the sauce collection that I know exists in game. Um, it's not that one, but that one actually would work. To go in this corner, I think. Yeah, that's cute. That looks like a nice grill corner. Um, Also, Potato Bitch, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And Elizabeth, welcome in. It is good to see you. I'm doing good today. I hope you are too. You have vanilla ice cream that'll that I'll have crushed pepper candy and salty licorice sauce. Ooh, crushed pepper candy and salty licorice sauce sounds amazing. It sounds weird, but it sounds like something I would enjoy. Um, okay, I think that is nice. Um, and then I'm trying to figure out what else they would have in the garden. Maybe they would actually have like a nice area to sit with a coffee table in the middle. Although I don't know if that's the coffee table I want to use. Maybe I'll just use that one. You know what this house would have? A pergola. Um, I think that would be perfect. Although I feel like this one, every single time I want to use it, I realize that it's such a huge item and I feel like it's... No, I just meant to change the color. And I always end up sizing it down because then it still works. And it is still, like, it's still fine. Like, you can still fit a 3-seater sofa, like 2 3-seater sofas underneath it. I think that color is maybe nice. But I feel like that would just be perfect for this garden. Like, it creates such a cozy space to sit. And it kind of fills the garden really nicely. Yeah, I like that. In a way, it sort of provides that feeling of privacy a bit. Okay, anyways, the ads are about to start, so I'm gonna go take my quick break and get myself some ice cream. Thank you so much for being here. If you're hanging out here and you would like to enter the giveaway for The Sims 4 cats and dogs, feel free to type cowplant in chat. Also, during the break, you can actually use some commands to entertain yourself. You can check the fridge. You can check how cute you are today. Bernaise sauce. Okay. Pretty cute. Um, how cozy am I today? Nice. Am I crispy? Overcooked tater tot. Honestly, felt. Anyways, it is time to also wait. Lamp liquor roll coming up in 52 lamp licks, just so you know. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit, okay? Enjoy your break. Hi, chat. I'm back. I got ice cream. Let me show you. Look, the stick of the ice cream is licorice. Also, thank you for the follow while I was on break. I appreciate it. Toot wants ice cream too, I think. Or do you want cuddles? I think she wants cuddles. I didn't really bring a Toot. She just joined. Ga je ook ijsje eten? Dat lust jij helemaal niet. Earlier I was making tuna salad for yeah, it's black licorice. So you can eat the whole ice cream. Yes, it's Ola. It's called liuk. Well, the ice cream isn't licorice. The ice cream is lemon, and then the stick is licorice. Just black licorice. You can just eat the stick. The Dutch and their licorice. What's wrong with that? Licorice is delicious. But I've had black licorice ice cream as well, and it's also very good. You can have the ice cream. Sure. I do that with Scott as well. He likes the ice cream. He doesn't like the stick, so I'll eat the stick. Also, Boof, I want to tell you, you made a joke yesterday that live no one caught, but Thomas was watching back the VOD and he really appreciated your joke. What? About the beer having the color RAL 9101. 19. Oh, 19, sorry. Yeah. That one. Yeah. But no one heard it while we were live, but he was watching back the VOD and he said that he was laughing. Also, it's boyfriend TXT. BFTXT. That's the command. You've appeared 103 times. Wel. Je was er gisteren. He just came back from rowing. Lisanna brought me all sorts of sweets with black licorice involved, but like it, but not when it's attached to fruity sweets. She gave you Red Band? I know which one. The one with lemon and licorice is the best. I love that. Wait, I have to show you guys. Now that I'm eating my ice cream, I can't really play The Sims anyways at the same time. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, he rose. He already rode before we met. Okay, this one. Hold on. Did you get this one? Where it's like actually duo. Yes. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Of course, Thomas. Of course, I had to make sure that he knew that someone heard the joke. But these ones are so good. Half of it is like fruity, chewy candy, and then half of it is licorice. I love gummies. I love black licorice. I've learned that I don't like them at the same time. Yes, it's a Liuk ice cream. Yes. With the licorice stick. That's why we're talking about black licorice. That's the connect and cutting during your rant. Yeah. So if anyone ever wonders how much an IRL stream takes, my IRL stream yesterday was more than 20 gigabytes. Because I used all my data. It is a daily thing though. I checked the message later. It was my daily limit. So if I stream on a lower setting, I can stream more because I did the IRL stream on the zoo and that was 8.5 hours on a lower setting and I didn't run out. But it was like yesterday I streamed on the higher setting So that was for 8 I can stream about 8 hours on the high setting, I would say. And then I run out of data. But then I connected to the hotspot of my other phone, and I would technically have another 20 gigabytes of data, although obviously I use that phone for other things as well. But connecting to the hotspot worked fine. We were like back immediately and the same quality. So I think I wouldn't necessarily run into any issues because that would reset every 24 hours. I don't think there would ever be a time where I would do an IRL stream. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Where I would do a IRL stream that is that long. That would be, like, longer than 8 to 10 hours in 24 hours. Um, it seems pretty low in the US, as most people I know don't like it. I love it. I think in the Netherlands, the percentage is very high because we grow up with it. So a lot of people learn to eat it from a young age. There's obviously always people that will not like it, but it's actually quite a lot of people that do. Also, Gator, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Mm, I can do some things, by the way. Mm, I wanted to do a little bit of landscaping here. Not a lot, but a little bit. Mm, let's see. Trying to figure out what I want to add in that part. Maybe just 2 bushes. And then I want to do the low-laying bush to make it all complete. Yeah, that's actually nice. That looks cozy. Mm, I like licorice, but I don't like licorice flavored other things. That's fair. That's fair. Also, it's really warm in my room, so this ice cream is melting. Also, have you guys ever had actual like licorice root? I would eat this as a kid. You would chew on it. You wouldn't actually eat it. Like you wouldn't like chew and then take bites, but hold on. Um, this stuff. You would basically just chew on it and then it would like it wouldn't break off. So you'd just be chewing until the flavor would be gone. How do you not kill a cow plant? You have to feed it. Also, I just took a really big bite. But it's just very licoricey if you chew on it. It's actually nice. You could put this in your tea as well. It looked like a stick. It is a stick. It's a root, actually. So you would just be chewing on a stick. But that it would taste good. I didn't like it. Like growing up, eventually I didn't like it anymore because it's kind of like when you have ginger tea and like little bits of the ginger will float in your water and you accidentally drink it. I don't like it anymore. It's more like a sensory issue, but the flavor is still really good. But if you don't like the sensory issue, you can just put it in your hot water and then you get licorice tea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. I need to get a towel. Help. I'll be right back. I made it. Abu right back. Yep. Okay. I'm back now. Also, Gator, oh my goodness, look at you just flexing like that. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you so much for being here enough that you got to do that. Okay. Landscaping row. Focus. Also, we have yet another very annoying song. Sorry. I have to skip that. Okay. Cute. Actually might change this so that it ends over there. I think that looks better. Now! I said now because Scott was laughing at me. He was laughing at me. The beer tasted like beer. Yeah. I mean, it did. For anyone who missed yesterday's stream, you really missed something. It was really funny. I said a lot of dumb things. So I highly recommend you watch it back. Especially the part in the end where Scott joined. Because Scott also said a lot of really funny things. Which is a farm plant growing in the forest and chew on it. It tastes like licorice too. Really? No way, I didn't know. That's so cool. I think we need a tree to have in this corner. Yeah, that's nice. Now I like it. Now the whole backyard feels like purposeful. You know? It just makes sense. Let me see how it looks at night, because I do feel like it might be a bit dark, so we do have to fix that still. Let's start with adding a cute candle on the table. And let's try to add some cozy lights. I would like to make this a bit bigger. Then they don't necessarily provide more light, but I just have to hang less of them. Let's go, Lika. Oh, that is so nice. Yeah, that's a good decision. Because you never know with public transport. So it's a good decision, and you don't have to stress about it. You can just enjoy the weekend to the fullest. Are you excited for next weekend? And also curious, do you have something that you're looking forward to? Like a specific thing where you're like, "Oh, I'm really excited about this meetup," or I don't know, like this panel or something like that. That's for everyone, by the way. If you're gonna go to TwitchCon, there anything in particular that you're like, "Oh, I'm really excited about this?" And for anyone going, I am hosting a community and Sims meetup. That will be the same. I think I've made a command for this. Yes. So if you're interested, if you're going to be at TwitchCon, or if you're in the Netherlands or in Rotterdam and you want to just come to the community meetup, the location is right outside of Ahoy. So you can join even if you don't have a ticket. Stop, Pastel. You're going to make me blush. I'm excited, but the pre-con nerves have hit, so anxiety is high. That is fair. I had that this morning. I literally had that this morning where I realized, like, oh, TwitchCon is next week. And then I was like, oh shit, TwitchCon is next week. I think I'll be so nervous. I'm gonna be so ridiculously nervous for all of it. Like in a good way, good nervous, but also nervous. Mostly excited to meet a lot of online friends. That is so fair. Meet up with my besties. That's gonna be so fun. I'ma pee my pants Friday. Friday is gonna be fun. For anyone who doesn't know, so quite a lot of the mod team is gonna be in Rotterdam. Uh, like 6 out of 12 mods are gonna be there, and Mick, who used to be my mod, is also gonna be there, which means that technically there's gonna be for the people staying in the mod mansion, a lot of people will be there. And then Sweetie and Petra won't be at TwitchCon, but they'll be there next week. So I'll still see them soon. And we're gonna have a mod breakfast on the Friday morning. But for a lot of the mods, it's also the first time like actually meeting IRL. Some of the mods have met IRL before, but a lot of them haven't. And we're gonna have a mod breakfast on Friday morning. And I'm very excited. Like, we're gonna have a little team breakfast. It's a business meeting, you know? But I think that's gonna be fun, and then we're all gonna go to the venue together to pick up our badges. Although, I got an email that I don't actually have to pick up my badge at the con. I got an email, they were like, "Yeah, because, you know, you'll have a meet and greet and stuff, like, you've been added to our, safety precaution thing, so I'll be able to pick up my badge, at my hotel." It's not even an ambassador thing. It's, like, specifically for people that get to the meet and greet, so they also have the purple lounge at TwitchCon, which is, like so you have the con, then you have a partner lounge, which is the lounge that you get into if you're a Twitch partner, and then you have the purple lounge, which is, like, the lounge where people that are important, quote unquote, like big quote unquote, get to go in. So like if Pokimane, for instance, were to go to TwitchCon, she would go into the purple lounge. If like big like famous streamers would go to TwitchCon, they would go into the purple lounge. Like the purple lounge is basically like the VIP area. And everyone who gets a meet and greet will get the same perks as someone who gets to go into the purple lounge. So I will get access to the purple lounge and I will be able to pick up my badge at the hotel. But, like, what do you mean? Because that means that, like, I know Pokey isn't gonna be there, but, like, they will have food and drinks and stuff, like, it is really like a fancy lounge. They will have, like, you know, all the special amenities and stuff, and I'm like, "But I don't know, I will feel so out of place there." I don't think I will feel like I belong, because I don't. And then I did get to bring a plus one, like, I got to put a partner on my name, like, someone that I could take into the lounge, and because Amber's gonna assist me with the meet and greet, I was like, "Oh, I'll put her name down so she can go with me," because you can even go from, like, the special purple lounge, you'll be able to go to the meet and greet area without having to walk through any public spaces. So I was like, "Oh, that's nice," because then she can come with me in the purple lounge, and we can take, like, the back door basically into the meet and greet area. So I told her, I was like, "Amber, you get to be my guest in the VIP lounge because I don't know what to do otherwise." I feel like most people would have imposter syndrome. Yeah, I talked to other people who've had this in prior years, and they definitely had the same. Um, and I also have a couple of other friends that will have meet and greets that will also be able to go into that lounge. So it's not like I'll be the only person that will go there and like I won't know anyone. Like apart from being able to bring Amber, I know that Owen and Eloise are gonna be there. So I've met them before. I will be on a panel with them. So it's like I those are also people that I feel comfortable with like, you know, asking like, "Oh, would you come with me?" But it's just a really strange reality that that I got, you know, the invite to be part of that. Um, I still somehow sort of don't believe that I will have a meet and greet because in my brain it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be a really cool experience. I'm excited to vlog about it. So the thing is, I will have to keep in mind that you know the purple lounge and stuff are. Oh wait, I was nighttime. There we go. Um, obviously, it's also for people to be able to escape sort of the busy spaces. So I will do my best to you know, not be a bother. If I'm vlogging it, I don't want to make people feel like, oh, she's filming in this area, even though this is like the area that we get to escape the filming. I'm part of the cool crew. I don't know, but I mean, I'll try to believe that. Yes. So two of the panels that I'll be on, two of the three panels will actually be live streamed. The panel about discoverability on Twitch will be live streamed, and the panel about social media and Twitch growth will be live streamed. The panel about charity fundraising, unfortunately, isn't in a room that is live streamed. But those are the panels. Like they basically what they have is they have like 6 or 7 rooms where events are happening at the same time, and they are streaming a couple of them. So if you are interested, there is a Twitch channel called Nom Nom. You can follow that one. That's where they will be streaming panels. There's also a Twitch channel called Creator Camp. They will also be streaming to that. I believe the drag show and the opening ceremony will actually be streamed on their main channel, so just the Twitch channel itself, which I would recommend if you want to see something fun. I would recommend watching the opening ceremony because they always announce like new things at the opening ceremony. So specifically if you are a Twitch streamer, I would recommend watching the opening ceremony even if you cannot be at TwitchCon because they always announce new things. But in general, I have some insider information that this year the opening ceremony will be extra fun. So if you're gonna even if you're not a streamer, maybe you'll enjoy this year's opening ceremony. Also Lisbeth, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I just realized that it would be fun if we had this thing sitting in here. Um there we go. The other channel, I think it's the Creator Camp one. Although Creator Camp might be streamed to their main channel, actually. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna quickly look because normally the Creator Camp. Creator Camp Live. This is the one. Hold on. I'll give you the link. I believe this is the one where they stream the Creator Camp things. Actually need to make sure. Oh, I was already following them. And then I think if you search for Nom Nom, they have they just have a channel called Nom Nom. I will be featured on both of these channels on Sunday morning. I will make sure to also post a little announcement on the in the Discord of like the actual times, just like I do a normal go live announcement, but then I'll just basically have that up in the Discord. If you're ever curious, I believe so these are all the channels. You also have the Give Please, that is another theater. So if you look at the names of the rooms at TwitchCon, you have the Glitch Theater. The Glitch Theater is the main theater and will always be streamed on their main channel. Then you have the Give Please Theater, which is all streamed on the Give Please one. Then you have the Nom Nom one, which will be, the Nom Nom room will be streamed here. Then you have Twitch Creator Camp Live, which is where they stream the live creator camps. And then they have the LAN, which is, they also have a LAN area where people can game together at TwitchCon. And sometimes they stream competitive games. And then they will also add it to that channel. If you go to the main Twitch page, they also have their Twitch Rivals, which is where MC Command Center, what the hell, bro? MCC. See, that's why it's confusing. Minecraft Championship will be live streamed here. And they sometimes have things like Twitch Music will stream the Capacabana stage where there is live performances of music. But as you can see, for instance, this is a clip from TwitchCon San Diego, I think, where they are announcing the dates for 2025. So there's a bunch of clips that you can already see. Also, this is, for instance, from last year. This is the stage TwitchCon Europe. They are announcing the awards. Tell me you're a Sims player without telling me you're a Sims player. Exactly. But like this is the opening ceremony for instance. So this is what it looks like if you're watching that. And this person got an award. She got the very first one. You started packing. When do you leave, Micah? I don't think I know. We talked about it in relation to you editing, but I don't remember the exact date. But yeah, this is basically the opening ceremony, and this is what it will look like if you're watching it from home. And then this is the actual stage or the actual audience. So yeah, if you're gonna be at TwitchCon, make sure to come to the opening ceremony. It's always really fun. I am an avid opening ceremony goer. You leave on Wednesday, but arriving Thursday. Okay, yeah, of course, time zones. But that's nice. That means that you'll have some time to, I don't know, kind of settle in, if that makes any sense. Also, if you want to, of course, absolutely no pressure. But if you want to let me know where you're staying, because I will also go to my hotel on Thursday. So I know Amber will be arriving on Thursday. So just so you know, then like we can kind of see if you need any guidance or if have any questions or anything. Um, Awesome way to see if I get enough FOMO to go next year. I feel like every year I have FOMO, even if I'm there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there is so many cool things that you get to do at TwitchCon that even when I'm there, I still get FOMO for all the things I haven't done. Um, I was probably going to have drinks and fun with Melu. Wait, who? There is a team page to watch every channel that will be live during the con. Wait, really? Which one is that, Vin? I don't think I know that one. I don't think I know that one. Can you? Ah, she's a Minecraft streamer. I don't know her, but that's awesome. I love that. Is she gonna be participating in Twitch Rivals? Okay, I think the front yard is done. I think the backyard is done. The small business is done. So I think we're gonna go into this room, which is the teenager room. Um. Also, does she stream in Dutch? It's team/TwitchCon. Wait, so it would just be. Hold on, that's actually genius. So it would be this. Oh, I put a double slash. That's not great. Hold on. Oh my god, this is so useful. Chat, this link, save this link. This is all the channels that they use to stream from TwitchCon. Thank you for telling me. I am 100% saving this to my bookmarks. I never realized that this was an actual channel that got used or like a team, but that's super smart. Yeah, it's very genius. It's a very smart way of using teams. I feel like they should 100% advertise this more. It does seem like the whole branding is very much focused to San Diego still, though. So doesn't seem like they've updated anything. But I love that. Thanks for telling me, by the way. This is super helpful. They should definitely advertise that more. Okay, so for this room for the teenager, I'm definitely gonna get another bed. I feel like I just love to go into the high school years pack and like kind of picking something from that pack and then deciding what to build around it. But I just think the high school years pack is such a like it just gives such a good start. The only thing that I don't like about the high school years pack is the wallpapers. Like I love the furniture, but the wallpapers are just not it. Straight to the Oprah dashboard. Exactly. That's what I did. I pinned it. um I feel like maybe I want to go for this style or this one. I don't think I want to do any of these. Although this one could be fun because you know how this house is like out of my comfort zone, right? I would never use this bed normally. This bed to me is screaming um like American teenage drama. But it could be fun to try and use it because I never use it for that reason. It is so cute. Yeah. I would it's like the most American bed I've ever seen in my life. Like up onto the pillowcases with the ruffles on the edges. To me, this is the most American it gets. Same as this nightstand, by the way. Not that that's like necessarily a bad thing, but I just think it's funny. That's why I never use it because I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a bed like this. I've had friends when I was growing up and we were all like wishing we had a bed like this because that's what we would see on TV. But I'm kind of liking the pink and bluey vibe. Um Friday 6:30. Oh, that's nice. That's a good time to arrive. That's a good time to arrive for sure. Then you'll have plenty of time to like settle into your hotel and stuff and then get ready for the Saturday. We can do a mixture actually of pink and blue. That's not the right shade of pink. I feel like that one would be super nice. There we go. And then we can add blue on the other wall. Is that the right? I feel like that might be the right blue. Or maybe this one. Yeah, this is the perfect blue. Also, trouble in is it trouble in Florida? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is nice to meet you. I hope you're having a great day. Um, yeah, parking would have been really expensive. I would have never advised you to park in the city. I would have advised you to park at one of the kiss and rides and then taken the public transport into the city. It is indeed. Let's go. I'm very proud of myself for actually knowing that. Also, thank you so much for entering the giveaway. Just a small heads up, you do have to be following to be able to win for the giveaway. Um, just want to make sure that I mentioned that a couple of times today. If you're hanging out here and you want to enter for the giveaway for cats and dogs, feel free to do so. You're super welcome, but you do have to be following to be eligible to win. Also Sunnyside. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. I love that. I've never been to Florida. I want to because Disney's there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Around 20 a day. Yeah, that's the thing. I would advise you to probably park at a kiss and ride at Kallingszoom and then take the metro into the city. Because there it's way, 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 way cheaper. Like way cheaper. Um it's the Urban Oasis room in the Supernova. I don't think I've ever been to that hotel. But that sounds nice. It is good that you have a nice hotel, honestly. I feel like that's important. I'll just manually place these so I can put other things on the nightstands as well, because otherwise it's a bit too... feels a bit too crammed. Oh, that's cute. I like it. I'm feeling good magic. I had a really nice nap. Like, actually really nice nap, so I feel much, much better now. I was thinking if you do this, then your teenage sim can put, like, all their pictures in there. In this room, I might actually do a rug on carpet. Um, just because I think that it adds a lot of personality to a teenager room. Also, hi, Spoofy. It's good to see you. We do love good naps. I hadn't taken a nap in a long time. Because I know that napping is not necessarily super good for you. It's actually pretty bad for your health. But sometimes you just need extra sleep. You know, some days we just need some extra rest. Was it James Hotel? You're 6 months. Oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna delete that simply because it gives away your age. Um, but I didn't know they had hotels with age restrictions. That's wild. That is wild. Um, wait, I want to see. Do we have this curtain in blue? We don't have it in... we have dark blue, but that's not really the vibe. Maybe I'll just go for cream colored on both sides then. I think that might actually be a bit better. Hold on. I love the lush. Oh. Hello? Hello? I was just about to say, can I just... okay. This is aligning terribly. Don't know why it's struggling so much, but I'll just go like this then. Fine. Okay. I think that's cute. I feel like those or should we go for the pink ones anyways? And then we'll just have double pink. I could also just go for blue here too. Because I really like the pink curtains on the blue. And then we can just do the pink area over here. Then it's like extra. Um, I've been binge watching your videos on YouTube. Thanks for putting out all of that content. Let's go. Thank you so much for binging all the YouTube content. That is super appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate it a lot when people come from YouTube and they also come hang out on Twitch. Um Naps have actually been shown to improve memory, but they have also shown to completely tear down your natural production and reduction of melatonin in your system, completely fucking up your body's ability to know when it's tired or when it's awake. So, especially if you're a person who struggles with sleep, um, stop taking naps. If you're a person who doesn't struggle to fall asleep, and you have zero issue, then it doesn't really matter. Then nap away to your heart's content. Then it's still not the best for you, but then it's not like at least you're not losing quality sleep at night. But if you're already a person who struggles to sleep at night, especially to fall asleep, or if you're a person who really struggles to stay awake during the day and like continues to continuously feel woken up, or you're a person who wakes up and feels sluggish for hours on end, it might be because of your naps. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but and also if you cannot get to through a day without a nap, that is a problem. Like then you have a sleep issue. I remember when my doctor told me this and I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Yeah." I luckily was at that point not in the place where I had an issue with sleep, but there were other people in my EDS treatment rehab. Well, for me, it was EDS. For them, it was other things. And they were like, I cannot get through a day without napping. And they were like, yeah, then that's not supposed to happen. Anna! Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the raid. It worked. You did it. Thank you so much for coming over. How was your stream? What were you up to on stream today? I see you were doing some just chatting. Were you chatting or were you doing a game? But thank you so much for coming over. Can we get a big shout out for Anna, please? For anyone hanging out here, if you're looking for a wonderful friend to follow, please make sure to go drop your bum on the follow button. That will be floating above chat in a second. There we go. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had an amazing stream. Also, welcome in friends for everyone who is new. Hello, hello. My name is Rosanna, or Ro. I use she, her pronouns. On this channel, we do gaming, co working, and a sprinkle of IRL. And today I'm trying to finish my shell challenge. I am trying to finish it because next week we have shell tours, and it would be rather embarrassing if I haven't finished my own shell challenge at that time. Tried good pizza, great pizza. They didn't like my food, but it was fun. Nice. I'm happy to hear that you had fun. That's the most important thing. And thank you so much for coming over here. I really appreciate it. If you need to go like raid and run, raid and rest, please make sure to do that as well. But I really appreciate you coming over. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to make this room look like a proper teenager room. Um, which hold on. High school. No, I have the hiccups. High school years. Let's get this big wardrobe. Maybe we should get the wardrobe in blue. Although that blue is not exactly the right color blue. Ooh, we could go for the grayish with like the pink accents. That's actually kind of cute. Um play the French game or wind down with some PlayStation games. Wait, what? I love these colors. They're actually your favorite. Wait, let's go. You came into the perfect time then. I feel like it's giving bubblegum. Ooh, thank you for the save reminder. That's actually a really good shout. Mm, I just realized I was very thirsty. um, but I think it's cute. Also, especially because this bathroom is also kind of giving pink and blue. So it is also giving trans flag. You're so right. I didn't even register, but that's so true. Okay, low-key obsessed with that. That is amazing. I was actually working on some things yesterday for Pride Month. Ooh, enjoy your ice cream. Enjoy, enjoy. I was working on some things for Pride Month because after TwitchCon, we will actually hop into June, which is Pride Month, which is kind of wild. Um, but I'm gonna do some fun things. The thing is, I will only set them up after TwitchCon, so we'll probably have to wait a little bit. Like the first day, I will only start streaming on the 2nd of June this month because I'm taking, or the third actually, because I'm taking the 2nd of June off. But I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. We got like local pride tomorrow. Have fun. Have fun. I know, Mike. I don't know how it's almost June. It's actually kind of mind-boggling. Um, it does not make a lot of sense to me. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun month. I'm not gonna do anything like super special in the sense that like I don't know, it's gonna be another really big event because I have done so much in the past month that I'm also looking forward to something that is a little bit more chill. But I've actually been thinking to just, do some pride theme things, have the pride emotes back up. But I do have a really fun idea for the Discord actually. Because I almost never include the Discord in special events. Uh, can I lick the room more? Spoofy, what? What? Also, thank you for the 50 biddies. What did I miss? I don't know. I'm really confused as well. Why do you want to lick the room? Bubblegum flavor? I mean, can I say, can you taste it? Do you wanna try it tomorrow? I'll take a screenshot and then you can lick my phone. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the spreadsheet. Ugh. Bluff? You do not want to lick someone's phone, Spoofy. Do you know that phones are known to have more germs on them than an average toilet seat? Oh, that's actually a really cute idea, Nymphleroy. Yeah, yeah, I'll get those. I actually the comfy gamer kit in general, I think would be super good for this. I am genuinely dead. That emote is perfect for this situation. Thank you so much for the 50 biddies. I appreciate it. Spoofy Licks Rose phone community channel point redeem goal. Oh god. Don't put any ideas in her head. What if she actually does it? Because I know Spoofy. She might, chat. She actually might. Okay, let's get the comfy gamer kit in here as well. Also, I've had this all day where I'm just not comfortable on my chair. Do you know that problem? Some days you just have that. Some days I'm fine and I can sit here for hours, and some days I'm like, nope, today is not the day to sit here, I guess. Um, comfy gamer. That's the one I want. Let's remove high school years because that takes a lot of space. I also got the what is it called? The book note kit because I feel like there might be some really nice items in there. What pack is the desk? I think that actually comes with high school years. Um, hold on. I will also get some clothes on the clothing rack, by the way, because right now that's rather empty and that looks a bit weird. I'm trying to figure out how to lay out this space because putting a sofa there feels super random. But I feel like we would have enough space for it to kind of have almost like a TV corner or a gaming corner or something. But then putting it like this just feels super random. I mean, I guess I could still make it work if we put like a plant or something or a light maybe. Um I just like the idea. Maybe we can give them a little TV or something and oh, university. Yes. Good shout. I completely forgot about that. Um Yes, of course. Enjoy your food. I hope you have something really nice today. Okay, just gonna get these two plants on here. We can have a book. We can have this. I feel like I just want to have like enough clutter that it feels realistic for this to be a teenager room. Um, does that clip? I think that clips a little bit, but I don't think that's necessarily super bad. No, that doesn't clip to a degree that I don't want to have it there. Um, I can have those again, but then with like a different swatch. Same for that. I can have it again, but with like a different swatch on it. Uh, kind of don't want to have that up there, but I'm afraid that I'm going to have to put it up there so that I can then put it. Yeah, there we go. I just had to fill the slots. Okay, we're going to have to use the silly trick of having a shelf that it actually snaps to. And then getting it on the right height. There we go. Could be a TV. Yes, I was thinking a console on the shelf as well. I was thinking that might be super nice. We can give them some posters. Not here, of course, but I'll just grab it right now so that I don't forget. Uh, we can have one of those. Do those stack? I don't think so. That's unfortunate. Uh, let's get a TV, but I want to get like a smaller TV, something like that. And then I want to get this console in pink. There we go. I use the little Simsy kit in your purple, blue, white room a lot. It's honestly perfect for it. There's not a lot of things that have the right swatches, but I feel like that one definitely has the right swatches for it. I keep forgetting where this Kallax shelf is. Oh, I mostly find it through actually having, um, uh, like just searching for the kit, basically. Otherwise, I don't find it either. I have that with a lot of things where I just rather remember what kit something's from because otherwise I'll just not find it. Um, I wanted to get the headphones and have them up there. Mm, we can have the camera. That could be cute. Hold on. That could sit over there. We can get rid of that shelf. We don't need it anymore. We could have that plant on the shelf as well. Hold on. Okay, definitely gonna have to custom place that. Hold on. What if I get that one over there? And that one actually over there. Yeah, that's cute. I like it. I like it. Um, I think now we could get the neon sign, honestly. I feel like that does fit the vibe of this girly pop room. And then we can have these two. But let's give them different swatches. And then I want to have shoes that I can put. I looked for something that was CC. Oh my god, what is up with me and clicking today? I misclick so often. Isn't there a risk to have the sun in eyes if Sims seat in the sofa? You mean like through the window? No, Sims really couldn't care any less. Ooh, we could do some pride stuff. That's actually a cute idea. The new stuff that came with the base game has some really nice items that I would love to use. Hold on. Uh, the question is, how am I gonna find it? Because I don't think it is tagged as pride things, which does. Oh, I love that chair so much. I know I've used it downstairs, but I'm like super tempted to use it here again. Because it's just perfect. And they couldn't have bought it. Like maybe they bought it as a set, you know? You think it might be? We can try if we search for pride. Oh, these things are tagged. Okay, hold on. Because maybe then I want to have that above the bed. Like this. We could just commit to the trans theme. Although I feel like that might be a bit intense. Like, I don't know. But I personally don't think I would decorate my entire room in the color of my pride flag. I know some people do. But we could also just have it be like the bisexual flag, but then just have this be like a girl's room. The thing is, it fits perfectly. Like, it has the exact right colors. Also, the thing is, I know there is more than this, though. This isn't everything. Um, I know there is a really cute item with, like, a coat and stuff on it. We can have the flag. I think it's cute. I do like it. I'm just sometimes worried that it's, like, too overboard with, like, the commitment to one theme or something, but maybe that's actually really nice. This one. I also really like using this one. Hold on. That's not the item I was looking for, but honestly, it's kind of a 10 out of 10, and I wanna use it. Oh, I cannot size it down because of the mirror. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate because I feel like it's a bit busy. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that over there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create this over here. Yeah, that's much better. But if you accidentally make the color scheme, you gotta lean into it. Fair enough. Fair enough. But then there is another item that I don't see right now. The one with the bag on it. Do you guys know which one I mean? But I would expect to find it in wall decor, and it's not. So now I'm like slightly confused. Also, I think, can I move that door without? Yeah, I can move that door like a little bit. There we go. That's fine. Oh, it might be a shelf. That's a good shout, actually. Yeah. And then it would show up in a different category. Um, See, I misclicked like 5 times again. Yes, it's a shelf. That is it. Let's see where I can add that because I do think that is super cute. We could maybe have that just over here. Um, because that is super cute. But then you know what the thing is? I really wished we had a shelf that would go like perfectly next to it. So you could kind of have, I don't think we have anything. We have that one that matches the best maybe color scheme wise, but it's very clearly a different shelf. Um, we have this one that maybe fits the best in terms of, if I had to match it, then maybe this one would be the best match, to be honest. Because that one is too big. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. Because I like the idea of having the 2 shelves and then we can just have some cutesy things on there. And just have some books. We can have the tissue box. Maybe we can have some perfume things on it. Okay, funnily enough, I need another, oh wait, no, because that shelf, it doesn't snap to. I need the shelf from this one. So that, because there it snaps to it. Silly enough. There we go. Then we can move that one out of the way. And then we can have that over there. I think this is starting to look really cute. We can have a water bottle. Just like, clutter stuff. Just things that they would have in their room. And maybe have their journal on there. I like this. I like how cluttered it is. I also think there is an item. I think it comes with the kids' room stuff. Uh, let's see. Parenthood. Yeah, no, it's Parenthood. This one. Just have like a bunch of clutter sort of laying around. So I feel like it always makes sense for your Sims rooms to not be like super clean. Oh, we can also do laundry from the laundry day kit. Is it the laundry day kit that comes with a laundry day kit? Sure. Does that come with laundry on the floor? Yes, it does. Perfect. And then I wanted to get some clothes that I could hang up there. There we go. Although I feel like that's not the right vibe. I want to have the teenager things. Because that fits a bit more. And then I would like to have certain things sitting on there. Like the vase with the flowers. Which is really cute. Clips a little bit, but I still like it enough. Like shoes, I already have some shoes over here, so I don't know if I want to have shoes, but we could have more shoes. Like, the thing is, I don't know if they fit that well on this little platform. They fit well enough. We could have some like more fancy shoes, probably. On the bottom one, and then maybe we can have a cap. I know we have one. We already have some perfume back here. So I already have that, but I know we have a cap. Hold on. Yeah, that's perfect. I feel like this room is very cute. We could even, because I see you guys talking about nail polishes, and I think the thing that is missing right now is like nail polishes and makeup. We could do a little extra table with those things. But then the door really doesn't fit here unless I scoot this into the wall a little bit. I don't think you see that because the stairs are there anyway, so I can just scoot this. That's fine. Maybe I'll go for purple. I think that actually works better than that super bright pink, and I think the blue is too similar. I think the purple is actually super cute. And then we can go into, because then it's also next to the mirror. Cat. I'll just be like, yep, no, let's add a cat onto the clothing rack. Why not? Actually, let's do a quick save. And then we can add like some makeup and stuff. And then maybe we can also add some final clutter onto the nightstand. The thing with this is I'm going to have to find the right items in this, at this point, huge amount of clutter. Where does it snap to right now? I'm so confused. Okay. I just wanted to get some clutter on the desk, but it snapped to something. which I don't see. Oh, that's fine. Unless any one of you knows where on this desk there is a weird spot that snapped to earlier. Because I placed it and I don't see it. Under the laptop. No. Strange. Very, very strange. I keep finding shoes, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. It would make sense that this person has a lot of shoes. Okay, we have this one. That also came with high school years, so I think some of the things from high school years would actually be perfect. Mm. Oh, we also have this. I feel like that would also be really good over here. Mm. I might want to get a backpack too. So we can also add that in here in the corner or maybe over here. I keep finding things where I'm like, oh, that would be super cute. We can add that on the bed. I have some books that would be cute to add somewhere. I don't know where yet. That one is the one I was looking for. Okay, and then I want the clutter kit, to be honest. Max, thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to give yourself a gift sub. Hold on, let me fix that straight away. Loading. There we go. Thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to redeem a gift sub for yourself. Please enjoy all the subby perks for a whole month. Okay, hold up, because I keep finding things that I want to add in here. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And enjoy all of those subby perks. That could be fun too. I'll just search for bag really quickly. Okay. Backpack. Because clearly it doesn't work. Ooh. Ooh, I could use this one. That's cute. I'll have that one over there. Open shelving on that small wall space. I could, but I feel like I already have so much on the walls. There we go. We can have some books over there like they were just studying. And we can have some... I just rotated the entire room. I did not mean to do that. We can have that sitting on the floor. I was thinking this one would be super cute if it's sitting on the bed. Like an extra pillow. We could have the jewelry on the nightstand, honestly. And then the last thing that I want is from the clutter kit, the phone and the keys. Because there's no way this teenager doesn't have a phone and keys. Everyday clutter. There we go. Phone and keys. Okay. I honestly think that this room is perfect. Like, it feels so cluttered. On the floor next to the mirror. It's good clutter. Oh, actually, you would just put them on the floor. Nice. We can add this. Hold on. We can have this one hanging over here. I think that might be cute. I keep finding more things where I'm like, oh, that would be cute to add too. That would also be cute to add. Like this mirror. But I'm like, I genuinely don't know where to put it. I don't have any space anymore. It's just full. It is just full. Have that over there, so that's actually fully filled. This one can go over here. Oh, we could do a little chair next to the mirror. That could be cute. Hi Amola, welcome in. It's good to see you. We could go like this. Like just a little chair. We could even have that sitting over here. So that she can kind of grab it, but it isn't always right in front of the mirror. That is so cute. Yes, I'm saving it. That's the teenager room done. I feel like that room has so much personality. Like this house is one of those houses where I feel like I don't have a specific family in mind, but somehow it is still coming together like it's a very specific family. Um Also because the rooms downstairs, like the nursery and this kid's room, also have a lot of personality. Put you in my pocket. Let's go. I love being a pocket stream. Also, hi Triz, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, so now that that room is done, the small business room backyard is done. Last thing we have up here is the attic. And I think I'm just going to use the same paneling that I've used in the whole house. And I like the idea of this space being kind of, like they have it as sort of bonus space in the house. So they're going to put a guest bed here. I don't know why all my windows glitched. I think they'll just have like a little room screen or like a divider. And then we can make like a little area for guests to stay. Um and then other than that, we can just make it like a little hobby area. Do I like that? Does that make sense? Maybe I don't like that divider actually. Um I could use this one from the bathroom kit, to be honest. I wish that came into a like a darker color, like a darker green. I mean, we could also just place a wall. You know what? Actually, maybe that's a brilliant idea. I could just actually make a wall and we can actually make it a separate room. Then there's just 2 rooms upstairs. Because let's be real, we have so much space up here. We can easily make that into an actual guest bedroom. Also, Poketoya, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And then it makes even more sense for us to have this bathroom over here, like the hall bathroom. Because your Sims, like this Sim, this teenager, and this person with the guest bedroom would be using it. And then if you're playing in this house with like even bigger family, because technically there would now be space for 1, 2 like parents, so that's 2 Sims, a teenager, a child, and a toddler. That's only quote unquote 5 Sims. Um, so we would have plenty of space. Also, you know what I just realized? I think I added a litter box and a space for the cat to sleep, but I don't think I added anything for food. Let's fix that really quickly. Because the cat also needs to be able to eat. Very important, of course. Can't believe that I forgot that. I feel like that's a nice spot because then it's like in the living or in the dining area. Maybe it should be over here. Maybe that's better. And it isn't like in the hallway. Um the open upstairs space could be a playroom for the toddler. It could, but we actually almost already have everything that a toddler would need. And I don't think it, like for playability's sake, I don't think you would want to have your toddler playroom all the way upstairs. That'd be super annoying. Because toddlers cannot really go, well, eventually they can climb the stairs themselves, but we have the play tent over here. And in this room, we already have a bunch of things for infants slash toddlers. We have a toy box over here. I was thinking in the garden, you could also add things for toddlers later. Um, so I think I'll just actually make it like a skill building space because in this house, there is not a lot of space for skill building. Obviously, we have the wood workshop, which is like the small business of your sim. But other than that, there is like no easel or like any place for, well, we have a piano here, but we could have some more instruments, I guess. I think that would be nice. Um, But let's start with the guest bedroom, which I think I'm going to keep like a very fairly simple, straightforward bedroom with like not too much personality in it. You know, exactly like you would decorate a guest bedroom. Just simple. I will add carpet though, because I've been quite consistently adding carpet in all the bedrooms, right? Yeah, downstairs we also have the only exception to that rule is this room because I needed it to work with the color scheme. I really love how live this place feels. Thank you. I've been really doing my best for that, and I'm having a good time. Um, there we go. And then you would probably want to have a dresser or like a wardrobe. Uh, with like also some extra sheets and everything. I would love to put that in that corner though. Um, yeah, that still works with the door. I think that's fine. I love cluttering. It is like problematic how much I love it. And then I was thinking it would be nice, you know, if you're staying almost like a hotel room, would be nice to have a desk. Um, that doesn't fit the vibe. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Let's see. We could go for like a simple small desk maybe. But just like a little bit of private space if you're staying in this room. And then I think you would like to have some night lights. And I think maybe we would need some curtains. That would also be very nice. Do I like those curtains? Maybe I like these better. Hold on. There we go. And I feel like maybe I want to actually have like proper curtains on this side. Um I'll just use the same ones as I used in the teenager room upstairs because I feel like they make a lot of sense. And then I need the curtain rod. Let's go. Beautiful. Stunning. Again, this room will I wouldn't say have like zero personality, but it won't have a lot of personality because you know, you want to make sure that your guest bedroom is fairly simple, I think. Uh, can I fit that plant without it clipping too much? Let's have a clock. Last time I lost all your progress on the shell challenge because your game froze. Uh-oh. Save. Chat. I know. The separate curtain rod is like a 20 out of 10. Also, Nietzsche, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Also, just another reminder, if you're hanging out here and you haven't joined the giveaway, but you would like to join the giveaway, we have a giveaway going on for cats and dogs. And all you have to do is be following and then type exclamation point cowplant in chat to enter. And then at the end of stream, I will draw a winner. We could have some pictures up here. I think that might still be cute. Even though it's a guest bedroom, I think that still works. Um, actually, maybe not. Maybe I can use that wall to actually... Hold on. Let's get the robe. Technically, two people could stay here. Like, maybe grandparents or something could stay here. Oh, yeah. I remember that as well, Pastel. That also sucks. Hi, Noah. It is good to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay, definitely want a different light. Again, very simple. I'll just use this one. I think maybe that's done. Like, it is, like I said, it's almost like without any personality. but it's just very simple, straightforward. It works, you know, if you have a sim that has grandparents that are going to come to stay over, it's just one of those things that'll be super nice that you have it in game. Your thesis defense is officially planned. You have 2 weeks to tweak and improve. Let's go. I'm so excited for you though. That's a big milestone. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. Okay, so let's transform this space into a nice skill building space. Or I can also just use, like, we can have skill building, but also maybe just some storage. Like, it would make sense that if you have such a big house as these Sims, that you also just have things like, you know, in your attic kind of chilling. So maybe we can also have a light like this. You know, this isn't going to be the most decorated space in the house. Friday the 13th. Oh, oopsie. Do you think that will have an effect? Look, I was just about to say, do you believe in that shit? Mm, I think the basement treasures kit would be really nice for this. Um, so we can just have some things sitting up here. That your Sims still have to clean out. They'll just have like a little bit of a messy corner. There we go. Oh, that can sit actually on top of it. I didn't even realize that, but that's amazing. Mm, there we go. Just like a little bit of a messy corner. I've got to know you through the zoo stream, and it was great. All this gaming stuff I can understand, but strikes me as not okay. Huh? You know that this is not an airport, right? Like you don't need to announce your departure. Like, actually, what the fuck? Huh? Who's gonna tell them that you're a gaming streamer? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if this is not your cup of tea, remove yourself from my space. But like, you know, again, it's not an airport. You can just leave. No one will mind if you do because you know we all have free will. You get to do with your life what you want. If this is not your cup of tea, no hard feelings. Like, please find a space that you do enjoy and that is your cup of tea. But this is not the way. Like, really not the way. Oh my god. What the hell? Anyways, you're not a tree. You can move. That's such a good one. I don't know if that was a roast. Well, I think honestly, this is a good lesson, chat. This is what happens on the internet space. Um Regardless of your size. Sometimes people feel entitled because they watch one of your streams. They think that they now have a say in the type of content you should be creating. Um which is not the case, of course. And to say goodbye, press 1. Joke. Kinda. Yeah. I mean, if you want to be permanently removed from this space, that is always an option. It's actually free. You don't even have to buy a ticket. um But yeah. I mean, it's fine if what I'm doing is not your cup of tea. That's, like, absolutely like I said again, no hard feelings. That goes for everyone. If you ever get to a point where you're like, "Hey, I had a great time in this community, but, I no longer enjoy it here," that's fair. We all have that. We all change and our life changes. That's completely okay. Um, Behaving like that in chat is not okay. It's not very kind. It's not very compassionate. And, frankly, it is just rude. You don't need a visa for Rosannatxt. No, no, no. You don't. Exactly. But yeah, it's fine. We'll just move on, you know? We will continue gaming and have a great time. They'll just miss out on it. Um, they don't even follow you? Really? They might have just unfollowed. This is humor. They wrote after. I just realized that. This is humor. Mm. Weird type of humor you got there. But nature is your calling. Hey, I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. And I'm making a big mistake. Maybe I'm just making a big, big mistake. And I shouldn't be streaming The Sims all this time. What? Is this Minecraft? We actually played Minecraft IRL. Did you guys see that? I tried to punch a tree and it didn't even give me drops. I was very disappointed. I was very, very disappointed. Um, no, this is a zoo. You're late for the drama. It was a really big drama. Nothing too bad, chat. I feel like that's the upside of doing more IRL streams and things, is I have been getting, like, slowly getting better at dealing with trolls. I remember watching G on stream once, and she was, like, really chill with the trolls, and I was like, "Oh my god, one day I hope that I can do that too." Like, one day I hope that I'm, um, that I'll just feel comfortable enough mostly to, uh to just respond to things and not immediately, like, panic and be like, "Oh my god, what do I do?" Or like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be so awkward." Now I'm just kinda, like, leaning into the awkwardness sometimes. I'm like, "Haha, that's fun, actually." IRL has more trolls, yeah. I think it's more like just chatting. It has more of the same type of audience as just chatting, I think. Um, so yeah, it's definitely different. Also, I'm trying to create sort of like a space where your sim can paint from reference. Um, I think that'd be kind of cool. IRL streams kind of do feel like exposure therapy in a degree. Absolutely. Um, Also for me. But yeah, I wish that like it wasn't the case. Um, but unfortunately, Twitch is just full of trolls, and even like somewhere where I noticed that a lot now is that with being an ambassador and like being featured on front page and stuff a bit more, you start to realize that your stream getting pushed to a lot of people is obviously great because it allows you to grow, but it also comes with the additional challenge of the fact that also a lot of people will find your stream even though they don't necessarily understand what you do or who you are, or people might find your stream that don't align with your views necessarily. And that is definitely something that I feel like uh I don't know, kind of, I wouldn't say like changed my perspective on streaming, but it made me realize that holding yourself is like also a skill that you can learn. So if you're not good at it, that doesn't mean that you'll never be good at it. You just have to not take it too serious. Also, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. It's training. I thought posts were looked at before they hit the screen. That's certainly a more interesting time. You can set that up as a streamer to have your mods have like basically a mod delay. Um, but then the thing is, then every message it will still go through after like a couple of seconds, but it will make a stream feel like a little bit delayed, basically. Because there will be like a 5-second delay on everything you do. And we don't have enough trolls, luckily, knock on wood, enough trolls to have to do that. Like we don't have enough to justify that, to be honest. Luckily. It hasn't gotten that bad. So it's just like a once in a while where it happens. Uh, Also, thank you for the uptime reminder. I feel like I'm getting there though. I'm almost done. Um I'm just adding like a little nice artsy space for maybe one of the Sims that is living here. I know I've already used these, but I'll just use them again. I think that kind of works. I would like to get the tablet in here. Hmm. I feel like it would be better if this was like a little bit further away, but then it's so close to that light. Like that's weird. But yeah, they have like a nice little artist studio and it's just also a space where they're just kind of um Yes! Oh my god, I'd love to see that, Micah. I would love to see that. Also, Nadia, thank you so much for entering the giveaway. That's a good shout, actually, now that we're getting closer towards the end of stream. If you want to enter the giveaway, feel free to type exclamation point cowplant in chat. It is the last opportunity to enter the giveaway for The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. Um, Maybe I'll just do 2 little lights. Or I can just have that one, actually. Maybe that's enough if I just size it down. The only thing is that you do have to be following the stream, just giving that, little disclaimer again. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. And if you entered the giveaway just now, I hope may the odds be ever in your favor. It's a really good pack. I love it. And the reason that I have a giveaway for it is because last week, was it last week Friday? Yeah, I participated in Twitch Rivals and they gave us a code for cottage living and cats and dogs because those were the packs that you needed to participate. And they were like, if you already have them, feel free to give them away to your community. So that's what I'm doing. I decided to give them away this week, which I think is actually really nice. I love that we get to give that away to you guys. Are we allowed to use non-purple items? Yes, of course, of course. I've also used things that are not purple. Look. Where is the room? Oh, my doors and windows keep glitching. I've also used things that are not purple necessarily. I've used these items. I think they might have a purple swatch. I have used the backpack. Well, that's white, of course, but like it's completely fine. I would say that as long as the overarching team is like mainly purple and blue and white, um, then you're definitely allowed to use items. Yeah. Love that. Oh my god, can you send me just like like in the Discord, can you just put which coloring book it is then? Because then I might want to know the whole coloring book. Also, Sunflower, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. The vibe is purple, but not everything. That's good. That's perfect. Don't worry about it. Um, I'm trying to figure out, you know what might be nice to add as like a final thing? Some canvases. I think that's kind of missing right now. Um, I'll just size this one down. Then I might have to move the plant, but that would just be so perfect up here. Maybe that plant. Oh, I wish that plant would actually stay up. Mm. And then the plant could be like in the. What is this called? In Dutch, this is called a trapgat. What is the hole in the floor called where the stairs go through? Because if I literally translate it in Dutch, it's called stair hole. Stairwell. Thank you. I knew there was a word, but if you translate the Dutch thing, it's so funny. This is the stair hole, ladies and gentlemen. Mm. It just sounds really stupid. Okay, hold on. I'll add some more canvases over here that I won't size down. Yeah, now there's like different ones. That's good. I feel like that just adds to sort of the messy vibe of this attic. I mean, stair hole is just very literal, I guess. Okay, I love this. I love how it's sort of like an improvised little studio where you can clearly see that someone in this house is super passionate about painting and they've just kind of like moved all their shit out of the way. But then it's also the guest room so that if people come to stay here, they have a very nice room, but they're just like right next to this weird attic. Stair hole. Yeah. That's what it's called in Dutch. Traphut. Can I live there? I mean, you guys are all welcome to come live here. I think the shell is done though. I think I've actually done it. I'm kind of impressed with myself that I somehow managed to finish this shell challenge, even though I had so much to do still today. But I think it's done. Where can I download it? That's actually a good question. I am going to put it on the gallery right now. Save lot. Oh, I put it. It's reversed. Well, I guess you'll just have to deal with that. I'll call it the Ambassador Shell House because then if we ever refer to it, then people will be able to find my version. So how many bedrooms? We have 2 nurseries. We have 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 bathrooms. That's actually a really nice bedroom bathroom ratio. Because sometimes I give every single bedroom a bathroom, which is nice for gameplay, but not super realistic. I want to live in the stair hole. In the stair hole or underneath the stair hole? Never translate stairs to Dutch. It's a trap. Very true. Version of the Ambassador Shell. The house with 5 bedrooms, 3 hold on. Hello? Bathrooms, a small business space, a lush front and backyard, and plenty of skill building items for your Sims. Yay! Let's upload it. Save new. I don't want to overwrite it. You heard me. Just so I can say, don't stare at my hole. I see what you did there. Your cow plant died. Oh no. Also, Lenny, hi. It is good to see you. It is good to see you. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen the whole house, I'll do a quick tour to wrap up the stream today. So if you arrive at the lot, technically your Sims will arrive at this side. So if you actually want to play here, I would recommend reversing the lot because then your Sims don't always have to walk from here all the way over here. But I, for some reason, liked it more because I don't know. I feel like it's weird if the entrance to the lot is right next to the road. It made a lot more sense for me for them to have their front door basically kind of, on the water side over here. Um, but let's actually go into first person mode. So this is what the house looks like if you arrive at it. Um, then Sims that are, don't live here will probably go here because they can go into the building off the side, which is the small business. This is for the Sim that lives here. They are a wood workshop, and here your Sims can come and they can follow woodworking classes. It has a little bathroom in the back, and when your Sims come in, they can actually check in over here. You can set it to that they have to pay per hour because if you put it as an activity that they will be woodworking here, they will basically, Sims will just come in here and woodwork. So then if they are paying per hour, you can literally just make money off of Sims coming here to woodwork. And you can teach them classes about woodworking, also making yourself some more money.
Bro, how on earth do you transform the most cursed walls of all time into these actual livable houses?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Also, thank you for the 100 biddies. I love that you kept the outside walls inside. Yeah, I initially didn't do that, but then I was like, you know what? It actually looks really cute for the wood workshop. It looks like rustic enough. I feel like it matches the theme. But yeah, then when your Sims arrive up at the house, they have this really nice front yard, which is pretty overgrown. They have a space to hang their laundry. And then they have a nice front yard for the kids. So there is a swing set, there is a wishing well, and then they have these little chairs that your kids can sit on. From here, they can either go into the backyard with the path or they can go into the front door. So let's actually go into the front door. I realized we don't have a mailbox and I haven't decorated the front porch. See, that's why we do tours so that I can realize that I still need to do some finishing touches. If you come in, this is the hallway. So they'll have like a nice clock and you can put your umbrella. And this is their big hallway with all the clutter and stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of Sims living here, so I felt like it made sense for these Sims to actually have a big hallway with a lot of storage because they would probably have a lot of clothes and stuff and a lot of jackets and things. Can you hold shift? Well, it doesn't always work. So it works if you're in the house, but if you're outside of the house, like outside of the lot boundary, it doesn't work. It's actually really annoying. I wish it worked outside of the lot boundary because then I would use it all the time. But yeah, that is true. You can hold shift and then you can go faster. If you're in the hallway, there's like this nice little bathroom off of it where they also have the laundry space. Then you can go into the living room where they have a nice desk set up with a setup for the kids to do some drawing. And then they have a grand piano over here. This is the living room space. That is a TV, by the way, the thing that you're seeing there. So they do have a TV. They have a place to play some records as well. And then from here, you can go into the dining area. So this is the spot where they also have a bar where you can feed the cats and just where your Sims can sit to have food together. I don't have a high chair. I might add that. So we need mailbox, front porch, high chair. Um then over here we have a little pantry where they can just store all their food and then we can go into the kitchen. The kitchen is pretty big. It was one of the bigger rooms. So I have there's like some nice shelving. This is a breakfast nook. This is not functional unfortunately. But I still thought it looked really cute. There's a little coffee corner, tea corner over here. And then we have the kitchen which is super cluttered and the kitchen actually has a really nice view on the basically on the lake out there and the front yard. Um, I really like how this kitchen turned out. I think it looks super cute. From the kitchen, you can go into the backyard as well. So they have like a nice table around the corner. They have their little grill set up, even with a sink on the outside. They have a quick access to their small business. And they have this really nice pergola where they can sit on in summer and read some books and stuff outside. And then we're going to go back. We're going to go back into the dining area. See, for instance, now when I hold shift, it doesn't work. It's really weird. I don't know why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But off of the living room, you have this door, which actually leads into this nice little hallway. There's just some clutter. There's a play tent for the kids. From here, you can go into the nursery, which has everything you need for an infant or like a baby and an infant. I think even a toddler a little bit, you would have to change out the bed, but you can probably do that. Um then they have a Jack and Jill bathroom over here. So there is a shower and a sink and a toilet. The only flaw in this build, I would say, is that there's no bathtub downstairs. So if you have a toddler and you want to give them a bath, you're gonna have to carry them upstairs. But I think that is okay. I think that's doable. Then this is the room for one of the kids. So that this is the ambassador room basically. With all the whites and the purples and the blues. So this is one of the kids. They have a nice bed. They also have ceiling paint, by the way. But this is very colorful. They have a nice desk area underneath the bed. They have a high bed, like a bunk bed. Their wardrobe, and then over here they have like toys and a big mirror and just like really kid room. And then they also have the door that goes into um the bathroom over here. Since it is a shell, I don't know if you can want to do this, but raising the breakfast nook benches from the basement, it would be functional. Oh, that's actually good to know. I will not do that here because then I would have to make a basement, but that's definitely a good tip for just in general for like other builds. Um, okay, so then we go upstairs and this is the landing. So the landing is actually a really big area as well. So we've made this super cozy reading nook where your Sims can also just come sit and hang out and read and stuff. So it's basically just sort of like a second living room, but without a TV. Off of this space, you have the hall bathroom. So this is the bathroom where there actually is a bathtub. So if you have the toddler in here, you would have to go and give your toddler a bath here. But I really like this bathroom. I think it's super cute. That's also the bathroom that is used from the teenager that is in this room. If you hold W first and then hold shift, it doesn't work still. Oh, wait. So you first have to hold shift and then okay, that's really strange. But yeah, this is the bedroom for the teenager. Which we accidentally made the bedroom trans flag colored, and we just decided to run with the theme and fully commit to it. So this is the bedroom, and I think it turned out really cute. It's very cozy, pretty spacious as well. But I like how cluttery it feels. And then over here we can go into the parents' bedroom on the second floor, which is also a very spacious bedroom. So I tried to give them a cozy reading nook and like a nice area for them to get dressed. There's also a space for the cat to sleep in here. This is their bedroom, or like their bed basically. And then over here we have their balcony. So the main bedroom actually has its own balcony out here, which has a nice view also on the side of the lake. And then they have their own private bathroom. They actually have a pretty big bathroom. So if we go in here, you will see that they have this. This is one of the few rooms that is maybe like a bit more remodeled in the house. So they have this nice space here with the mirror. And then over here, they have a bathtub and a shower. Oh, yes. If you want to, Mike, if you want to send it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then here they have the toilet and their little hamper. And then from here, we can go back outside on the hallway. What is that? Oh my god, I grabbed the long curtains upstairs. I think that's the curtains that are clipping. I need to fix that. Okay, so mailbox, front porch, high chair, curtains. We can go upstairs over here. And then if we arrive up, see, if you come to the third floor, also the camera always moves really fast. Um, but yeah, this is basically their super cluttered attic where they've tried to create like a cozy space to do painting and stuff. And then this is the guest bedroom, which is a very simple standard bedroom. But as you can see, those curtains are clipping. But yeah, that was basically the whole tour. So I'm just quickly gonna save. That does mean that I've uploaded the shell with some things that I'm now gonna adjust. Just so you know, that means that this shell will have some I can re-upload it, I guess, so that you have the right things. I need this curtain, but then the short one. Is that not the one that I used? Because I think that's the one that I used, and I think that's the one that's clipping. What do you mean this is a curtain that clips even on the shortest height? That is so dumb. I'm kind of tempted to leave it because you don't really see it. Like, you're never gonna play first person like that, and if you're just on the ground floor, you don't see it. You would only see it if you take screenshots, which I'm not gonna do anyways. So I'll just leave it for now, but that's really dumb. Like, who decided that that was a good idea? I think that's very silly. Okay, I wanna get there's a base game high chair, that's this one, the wooden one. 'Cause it comes with a yellow pillow. Um, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Micah. Yes, I love that. Okay, so now we have a nice high chair. I think that'd be cute if you're playing here with a kid. For the front porch, I might just go for like a really simple bench, and then just maybe I'll place the mailbox on the front porch. To be honest, mm, but just a simple bench, and then Mailbox. Although I could also put the mailbox at the entryway, then it might be more accessible. And I feel like this one is a really good fit for this neighborhood as well. And then we have the bike on this side and then the mailbox on this side. Mailbox, front porch, armchair, a toddler high chair, curtains. Okay, uh I think I fixed it then, right? Maybe we can do another plant on the front porch because right now it doesn't really have that. The only skill that I really have not added to this build, which is normally a pretty default skill, is gardening. Um I feel like that doesn't really fit here. Hold on. Maybe I'll just go for this tree. I just really like that small little olive tree. I think it's super simple. Am I the only one for which the high chair never works if it's up on the table? That's actually a good point. I put it there and then I was like, probably I shouldn't put it here because it won't work. I could put it here though. But yeah, it doesn't really, it sometimes does, but there's a lot of interactions that don't work if you put a high chair to the table. You'll probably have to put it like this to have it properly work. So I'll put it there. I think that makes sense. Um, yeah, but I was thinking the only thing that like I said, that I really don't have right now is the gardening skill. I think if you really wanted to, like if you're playing in this build and you want to practice gardening, you could of course always get rid of all the plants over here and just kind of transform this area into a gardening area. So maybe I'm not going to actually add it, but then I do think it would make sense to add it if you're like actually playing here. I'm quickly going to copy and paste the description I just wrote so I don't have to write it again. Also, just a heads up, this is absolutely not a pack-friendly build. I have used every single pack on the freaking planet in this build. It's actually kind of embarrassing. I would like to do a limited pack build sometime soon again. It's been a while. Also, for anyone who liked my sim self that I played with during the Twitch Rivals, I have uploaded my sim self to the gallery. This is a fully it's almost base game. So I've used Cottage Living and Cats and Dogs because those were the two packs that I was allowed to use. Um Thank you, Esther, for putting that in chat. That is actually a good shout. I very rarely mention my code because I always forget it, to be honest. But if you want to, you can actually support me. If you are buying packs on sale or anything, you can actually use my code. Did I copy it? I feel like I forgot. Let's try again. Here we go. Let's save this again. Oh, it did actually save my description. Okay, great. I'll just go like this and then overwrite it. And then you guys have the updated version in case you want to get it. But yeah, I'm really happy that I managed to finish my own shell. That means that next week we're gonna do shell tours, and then after TwitchCon, I am gonna probably spend some good amount of time on finishing the mod shell. Or not the mod shell, the mod mansion, sorry. Because I feel like that is my only like really big build project that I have going on still. Not So Berry Challenge obviously is a big gameplay project that we're still working on. But I think for the build project, I want to focus on finishing the mod shell because somewhere mid-June, I will also start integrating Minecraft into my content because I'm joining a really fun SMP project that I want to make sure to also have some time to play on. So we'll do a mix. We'll do some Minecraft here and there. We'll do some Sims here and there. But I want to make sure to be done with the mod mention as far as possible before I start the SMP things so that we can basically focus on like an occasional build in the Sims, but more like a standalone smaller build, like a limited pack build or something like that. Then, oh my god, Noah, you did not just make that joke. Um, what is an SMP? It's a Minecraft thingy. It's SMP, not SN, but SMP. Actually, what does it stand for? I actually don't know. Multiplayer? Server multiplayer? Survival multiplayer. Thank you. I was like, it stands for something. I'm just so used to the term SMP that I never stop to take a moment to realize what it stands for. But yeah, I will be joining a really fun Minecraft SMP. So, it is going to be with a bunch of other creators that you might know. All creators that are not necessarily primarily Minecraft creators. It's mostly people that also enjoy other cozy games. People that we've also raided into. The thing is, most people on this server will be on American time zones, so that's gonna be interesting. Um, but it's gonna be fun. It's also an SMP that is survival Minecraft, but the end goal of the SMP, like the sort of the most important part, is the build, which is what really intrigued me about this whole, server idea, is that it's very focused on building, which is the part in Minecraft that I really enjoy. So, I will be participating in that. It will take 2 months, the whole SMP experience. So, it's also, like, a very dedicated time frame, which is perfect because that means that it will end before I go on my holiday in August. Um, I don't think latest version of the shell uploaded. There's nothing on the porch. I just did that. Let me see. Can I see here if it has the, is it team or individual? Individual. But it is survival building, so oh, it might actually have accidentally uploaded twice anyways. I said overwrite, but yeah, this one has the mailbox, so if you download the second one, I don't know why the first one is still there because I clicked overwrite and somehow it's still added. Um, let me save one extra time. There we go. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. I will post more information and stuff because I also don't know they just had their first season wrap up. And the first season's theme was fairy tales or fairy, like fantasy fairy. And I don't know what the theme of the second season will be, so I don't know what type of build I'm gonna have to make. Um, mm. But let's see where I am gonna raid out to for today. Um, ooh, I see someone that we almost never get to raid, and they are making a new shell challenge. I think if there is ever a perfect time to go find someone with a new shell challenge, this would be the one. But first, we're gonna pick the winner of the giveaway. I just wanted to make sure that there's someone that I knew. Yeah, no, I wasn't forgetting. Don't worry. I was like, I want to make sure that I know where I want to raid out to. Um, but yes, you exactly. But yeah, if you're hanging out here, feel free to. This is your last chance to enter. Also, Nisa, is it Nasus or Nisus? I read that very Dutch. I just realized that. But welcome and thank you so much for the hydrate. I was rating quick. No, I was just picking someone. I was like, that's nice because then we can do the winner of the giveaway and then rate out. But yeah, if you're hanging out here, this is your last chance to enter for a giveaway for The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. If you haven't entered, this is your moment. You can type exclamation point cowplan to enter, and you have to be follower of the channel to win. That's basically the only important thing that you need to know. If you win, I will send you a message here on Twitch, so make sure that your DMs are open. I'll send you the code and an instruction on how to redeem it. But thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate that. I see some last people entering. Let's go, let's go. Um ugh. Okay. I see more people entering, so then I'm like, I don't want to close it yet because people are still entering. I've been lurking, but I just wanted to say I'm one of Sid's mods, and I was around for the Girly Pop SMP season 1, and whoever the winner of season. Oh, that's actually I did know that. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. I did know that. I just kind of forgot. I wasn't sure if I was already allowed to like say that it would be Girly Pop SMP. So I didn't say anything yet. I was just like keeping it super vague. But yes, it will be Girly Pop SMP for anyone who hasn't heard about it. Um Also, Girly Pop is a state of mind, so it doesn't mean it's only girls. It's basically just anyone who has the girly pop mindset is gonna be on this SMP. It's already a really fun group. I've been in the Discord and I've seen like other people's builds from season 1 and stuff, and it is super fun. People are super creative, and I was actually they asked me if I wanted to join season 1, but timing wise, I like there was so many things going on that it didn't work out. So I was like, I would love to join season 2. um I'm so pleased you'll be joining. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be super fun. I haven't played Minecraft in a really long time. Um So it's gonna be refreshing to get back into it. You use girly props as a gender exactly. It's a state of mind. It's gender neutral state of mind. Okay, I'm gonna close the entries. Can we get some drum rolls in chat? When did season 1 end? Because I followed someone who was also on Girly Pop SMP. I think it ended like last week. So not too long ago. The voting for it's currently open. You can vote for the winners if you want. I think. I don't know if everyone can vote or if it's just the people in the Discord. Um I'm very not up to date, as you can see. Okay, so and you can vote now. Okay, so everyone can vote. Awesome. Yes. I did saw something about the voting being open, but I wasn't sure if it was for everyone. Um, but I see a lot of drum rolls in chat. So the winner, the lucky winner of The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs is Yule. Congratulations. Are you sure I'm getting you into Minecraft or am I getting you more into The Sims? I will be sending you a message here on Discord. Here on Twitch with your code. And a little instruction on how to redeem it. But congratulations for winning The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. I will probably have more giveaways later in the year, so if you're hanging out here and you didn't win, don't worry. For every new expansion pack and kits and stuff, I always host giveaways on stream, so make sure to stick around for that for a later time. But thank you all so much for entering for the super random giveaway of some older packs that I got. She wanted me to buy this pack and she can play. Oh, stop. That's adorable. That's actually such a cute story. I love that. Well, I'm happy that your niece gets to be extra happy. I will send you a message after stream. For now, we're gonna raid out. We're gonna go say hi to Miv. Miv is also fundraising for St. Jude's. And like I said, she's currently making a new shell challenge and she is building for summer camp. So she has this whole theme where her fundraiser for St. Jude's is surrounding a summer camp. I just realized we have ads. That is potentially the worst timing of ads. I forgot to pause them. You'd no, don't worry. I didn't see them either. Ads are really good at cutting you off, yeah. Ads or my internet failing. That's what happened yesterday. Um, but I'll still make sure to do the ending of stream because I feel like it feels also really awkward to wait like 2.5 minutes for just to simply to raid out. But if you're hanging out here, feel free to join our Discord. Follow me on any of my other socials. I will be live again tomorrow with an IRL stream. I'm gonna do an IRL stream here in Rotterdam together with Spoofy. So if you want to come hang out, it's gonna be the last stream of the Row on the Go week. That doesn't mean I'm never gonna do IRLs again, but that's just like kind of the wrap up of the special event. So if you've been hanging out, I really appreciate that. I have been having a great time with these IRLs and I'll be back tomorrow with the final IRL stream. We're going to start around 12, so like 12 my time. So if you want to come hang out, feel free to come hang out. And if you want to copy and paste the raid message that we have to make sure that we celebrate in Miv's channel, feel free to do that. I'm going to actually set up that raid. We have ones raid messages with emotes and with regular emojis. So you can use the ones with emojis if you're or emotes. I said emojis. It sounded like a freaking boomer. You can actually use the ones if you're sub to the channel, and otherwise you can use the ones with the little green leaves. And yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Miv. Like I said, she's building for summer camp. She made a new shell challenge. It's gonna be super fun. I hope you have a great time over there. And thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're also gonna go head to bed later, I hope you have some wonderful sleeps. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a most amazing weekend.
Thank you for the stream, Ro. Sorry, I know I'm not that chatty. But, I really enjoy hanging out here.